So, you you recently left Melody, heading down the path that Viola pointed you towards, right? And you see from a distance a town looking not lost in time like the Salaby town, but still very clearly it's an older town,
So
right?
rustic looking.
It's got it various medieval vibes.
Hell yeah.
It looks it's like it looks like almost like it's very medieval. The one thing you do notice is the city has quite strong defenses, at least, with large walls surrounding the city. It's built almost like a fortress. Okay?
Okay.
Ooh, these guys are prepared for war. I mean, it does
Do,
make sense. If you think about our world for, like, even a nanosecond, we do have fire-breathing dragons that can just attack things whenever.
um, do we notice any like damage on the outside of the walls or anything, as if they were under attack?
No. The walls look pristine and perfectly fine at current.
So it seems like they haven't been messed with, but they have enough of a stature that things don't mess with them. Alright. I think we're gonna just approach. And I'm gonna look for any sort of signs that display the name of the town.
You have been told the name of this town
Yeah, let's
by
Wishfield.
By Viola. It's called Wishfield, so
Yeah,
you do
I just
know
wanted
the
to make sure
name.
that we didn't get lost or
Mhm.
something and end up in, like, 5e.
Yeah. You kind of you do see a sign saying like with basically you see a sign along the road and it says for Witchfield turn here.
Okay.
Huh.
Like
It doesn't look very, like, wishing to me. You know, I expected whimsical and happy and, I don't know, like, maybe... I was gonna say people singing songs. That was the last town.
Yeah, it does look a bit grim. I agree with this. Also, as I'm saying
you
this, Loki's gonna pop out and start walking with me, and it's gonna look different than it did before.
Whoa, what is this? I don't remember. I'm in two PTU campaigns. Apologize.
Morgrim.
Oh,
This is
Morgrim.
the Infinite Now Morgrim.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Muse is
Loki.
gonna kind of look and go, I see you've evolved, little guy.
Yeah, Loki's now in their angsty teenager years.
That is
Okay,
the
I
best
see
way
you,
to
big
describe
dog.
Morgrim ever.
so
uh,
yeah, you're walking towards the city. Do you
Around like what
wish to go
time
to
of
the
day
city?
are we?
It's probably early afternoon. Right now you've been traveling most of the day.
Okay.
Is there like a armed people at a gate or anything, or some kind of immigration officers?
You can see some guards at the gate,
Okay.
definitely.
Kind of tense up a little bit because these guys are like the only people we've met so far that seem to be like
Mhm.
on edge.
I think we should approach them. They seem to be officials, so they're probably safe.
Uh, Hail and
Probably.
well met, good sirs. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Just look at you. It's just like
Kind of with the
they
surrounding, Musa's going to super like quietly apologize because she normally has her Pokemon traveling with her, but she's going to kind of quietly apologize, and she's going to pull in like the bigger of her Pokemon. So probably the only one left out is probably Chatot on her shoulder. Everybody else, like she normally has all of her Pokemon out and traveling with her. The only one remaining is Chatot sitting on her shoulder because she's hoping they feel less threatened by the tiny little bird on her shoulder instead of the whole collection. She doesn't know what's going on here. but tiny little bird is a lot less threatening than the 6
Say
Pokemon
and
that she
also maybe
normally.
say teenage demon.
So what
Yeah,
were you
that too.
going to
Wow.
say, Don? How do you say something like name?
God looks at you. Unimpressed. Name and intentions.
Um, Igneous, we were sent here to talk to the Guardian, I believe. We just came from I forgot the town. Is it just Aria?
Melody.
Melody.
Melody. From
Melody.
Melody, we just beat the gym there, and we were on a journey.
I'm Musa. We came from Melody. Uh, Viola sent us this way to speak. Do we know the name of the Guardian? Were we told the name of the
No,
Guardian?
you were
Okay.
not told the name of this
Do
guardian.
do we know? But we know the Pokemon though, right?
Yes, you
Okay.
know this
We
is the
were
town from Jirachi.
Yes, we were sent here by Viola to talk to Jirachi's Guardian.
Um, we were originally started on this journey by what was it, Professor Liza and the
Yeah.
Mew and Hupa.
God looks at each of you specifically. Like, looks at each of you up and down suspicious. IDs?
I'm gonna
We
hold out
have ID?
my phone / Pokédex and see if that has an ID
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
Do we have IDs?
Yes.
If it has our trainer ID on it, I'm guessing.
Wait, hold on. We probably have IDs. I mean, Ignis and I probably have IDs. What about the other two?
Oh,
Hey
Oh, I
there.
thought-
So like, first of all, hi, nice to meet you. Name's Ruby. Different dimension. Uh, how exactly do IDs work around here? Because, like I said, kind of from a wormhole. Uh,
Professor Cypress should have given them to you when you
Um,
started your journey, if you are
oh.
telling the truth.
am I able to call Eliza Dia to vouch for us?
Were we given these? Okay, just this is where we do we have these
They're
IDs?
built into your Pokedex.
That's what I
Okay.
thought, but yeah,
Yes, so
Your
she'll pull up her ID
Pokedexes.
on her Pokedex.
same.
Because you were like not super clear about what's going on with these
Yeah,
IDs.
It's a cell phone, but we don't know what's on it. We don't know. We haven't messed with our apps.
basically, yeah. Like the Pokedex, you're kind of using, the Rotom phone Pokedex style?
yeah.
Yes.
The newer
Okay.
games, you have a Rotom phone and it has your ID and everything on it, right?
I
So
think
yeah,
we
we'll
should.
we'll
Okay.
take those out then.
Yeah.
Yes, we should probably
Yeah.
line up and handle them one by one.
Yeah. God starts scanning each of your IDs. It's like, it seems to check out, but we have one more check we need to do.
Okay.
Please each place your Pokeballs one at a time on this scanner just so we can scan for any particular Pokemon.
Do
Specific.
do I need to return my Morgrim before doing that?
No, but you do need to place its Pokeball down. So,
Okay.
like, it will show as an empty Pokeball to prove
I'll
Mhm.
go forward and do that first.
Yeah. Okay.
everything.
Musa. Sorry. Go.
Everything seems to check out, and the guard passes the Pokeballs back to you.
I'm gonna clip them back to my belt and say thank you.
Musa's going to follow next. She's going to be very hesitant with it, but she is going to, do it.
And then
Like
after a sec,
her hesitation isn't from any is pure nervousness right now.
after a second, the guard nods and returns your Pokeballs back to you.
Hmm.
Give me
She'll like almost like visibly relax.
give me a second. 4, 5, 6. There you go.
And yet again, scanned and passed back.
Varys, buddy, pal.
Sorry, I'm a little out of it right now.
Sure, they're just asking for your Pokeballs to scan.
Oh, yeah. Here you go.
The guard scans and hands back. Everything seems to check out. You will have a hard time finding a guardian, but I can message ahead to let them know that there is someone waiting to talk to them.
Oh, thank
That
you.
would be appreciated.
Is there any Pokemon we need to keep an eye out for since it seems like something might not be allowed here?
It's less allowed. We are specifically scanning for Pokemon that have been seen to be used by Team Phantom.
Oh, we've run into them. We saw them try and steal Meloetta recently.
Yeah, we were
We've been
part of the
fighting
whole
against them.
performance that kept them from stealing Meloetta.
Glad
also-
you
That was
managed
our.
to protect one of the Guardians.
And we
One of
stopped them
They're
from
the.
still
taking Mew,
Mew.
too!
I'm glad you managed to protect one of the Mythicals. The Guardian has been very on edge since this started, hence the very much heightened security. You
Understand.
can
What
see a lot more welcoming in this, but with everything going on.
um we do know that they have a special type of Pokeball that they use that called we think they're called Snatch Balls that lets them just still caught
Snag
Pokemon.
ball.
Snag Balls,
Snag
yes.
ball.
In case your town didn't know about that.
Thank you for that information. I will pass that on to the guards to look out for those balls because that actually might make. We can also check for the balls rather than just check for the Pokemon because someone just having a specific Pokemon doesn't mean they are part of the team. But the presence of snag balls would definitely be um a clear indicator.
Pretty much a
So
dead giveaway, yeah.
I need to
yes.
step away for a second. Someone's at my door. I'll be back as soon as I can. You can continue, Dawn. I'll just get the notes afterwards, okay?
Okay.
They're like, oh,
So
don't mind me. I just have this ball that steals other trainers' Pokemon, which I'm pretty sure is like 8 different kinds of illegal.
yeah, and let's just say this Guardian's one of the longer Guardians, other than maybe Zoe and a couple of the others. But this Guardian's one of the longer ones and has been with Jirachi a long time. I don't know what would happen if Jirachi went missing.
Well, as long as we're here, we will do our best to aid in defending this town from, dicks who try to steal people's Pokemon.
Thank you. You may proceed. You guys are all welcome in. You have passed the security checks.
I just give like a full body salute and then walk by.
Oh, character fun fact, that could have gone a lot worse for you guys.
Oh.
If you guys had tried to enter without talking to the guards or hadn't
Oh.
noticed the guards, you guys that would have gone a lot worse.
It's not even a Pokemon battle. You just roll for initiative.
So God, this guard has a hone edge
Oof.
Oh.
I'm aware
that
of
he
how
uses
busted
as
Hone
a
Edge is in
sword.
this game.
That he uses as a physical sword. Right?
Oh,
Like,
cool.
you know how I said I rolled a d4?
Yeah.
That was who's gonna end up with a sword to their throat?
Oh god.
Oh my god, please tell
If
me who
you
was going to
step.
end up.
It was gonna be Ruby.
Oh
Yes!
Oh
god.
Yeah, no, it was Ruby. It was 100% Ruby. I got 2, and I went down the list of the VC. Ruby would have ended up with a sword at her throat if that went wrong.
Oh
You would
my
have had a
god.
very, very offended Musa. Musa wouldn't have hesitated. She wouldn't have fought because these are freaking guards, but she would not have been happy. She would either have been angry or she would have been panicked, and I would not be able to tell you which one.
And then there's
Yeah,
Ruby,
I
who
just
would have just treated this as like, okay, this is kind of cool, actually. I just
okay.
been like, I think his
Um,
sword is
you know
alive.
what? I'm gonna do this one last thing before you fully pass the guards, and I'm gonna roll a
Okay.
d4. This isn't anything bad, I promise you guys. Okay?
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay. As Muse is going past, the guard quickly mumbles a message to you. Okay? Just loud
Okay.
enough for you to hear, saying, "When you get to the area, he's not gonna want you to let you in. He's going to ask for a password. Tell him Jorona." Okay?
Bye,
Musa's
Girona.
gonna Sorry. Okay, I'm okay.
Okay, I wasn't using that for his name, the Guardian, but I'm going to throw in the reference, okay?
Little guy who deserves the absolute freaking world. Anyway.
It's a synopsis code.
Yup. Muse is gonna kind of look like there's like the moment of confusion, like okay, this is what I've been told, and then she'll nod.
And then you are let through. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Is there any chance that we feel like we're being watched as we're walking past the guards?
Definitely in a sense, like the guards are making sure, like, yes, you check out, but the guards is, there's security, there's like, there is, this place is very heavily protected, like, and you are travelers in a heavily protected city. There's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be eyes on you, kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
all right, I think we just sort of get our bearings and take a look at what
This is where you
important
will be
buildings
allowed
are
to use
here.
breeder and pick up. You needed to get into the city first. That's why I said you couldn't use it in the beginning, okay?
Ah, okay. Do you want me to roll that now then?
You can roll that now. Yeah. I wanted to do the whole intro to the city and guard scene before you guys got the ability to use those things.
Okay, where did you
Mm-hmm.
have
That makes
the
sense.
list?
The modified list is pinned somewhere, I believe. So I made a modified list. It's okay. The modified list is pinned in a group chat, as in like the rest is same than pickup. Pickup table. They're pinned in two separate places. The pickup table is in PTU and Mythical World. The modified list, which just makes so 1 to 5 isn't none and just extends the other ones, is in thing. So if you roll a higher number, you need Mythical World. If you roll a lower number, you need the group chat. Okay.
Okay, sorry. We need the group chat for...
Lower numbers and
Ah, yes. Okay. Good. Let's see how this goes. Good fucking god!
Did you end up getting another Pokeball again?
It's such a good ability, and I roll consistently like dog shit.
Oh, that
You
bad.
get a box item and a berry.
Yeah? I mean, like, again, especially with the modified list, it's not nearly as bad. But, like, it was 6 episodes, man.
Yeah, I feel bad.
So sorry about that. I'm back.
Okay. Wait. I'm just trying to think. You're currently level. What's your level 20 Pokemon again? Lampin, which, X special attack is
Okay.
your X item. Okay. Um, your berry. Let me go to item decks.
They already have a test berry. I'm assuming they're rolling for whatchamacallit, the
Yes,
pickup.
you can do breeding now. Weepin.
Let me double check the numbers.
What are the chances that the berry that she ends up getting is a Prism berry?
Why would that be a?
Thing
Is
is,
there?
Jirachi. Thing is, didn't you say that it's just in case there's a Pokemon that can like
Confused.
get confused.
Oh, the
This isn't a gym battle thing, though. You know what I mean? This isn't a gym battle
Yeah,
town.
Whoops, I messed up. I failed my first roll. I'm doing Skill Monkey to re-roll
You
it
know
with a
what,
plus 2.
Mad? Can you? This isn't a
No
second
A
D20.
for me.
Can you roll me a second D20 for me? Another
Sure.
D20.
Said I failed the breeding. I'll do it next time. I'll try again. Ooh, nice, man.
Wow, this game can eat my
Lumberry.
ass. Ooh.
Lumberry.
How does that work in PTU?
Basically, Mad, if you had rolled above a 15, you were getting a Lumberry. Basically, is what I decided at that roll.
a
Cures any
Lumberry.
single status ailment.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
nice.
I believe that was a pretty fair one to give. I was
I
like, you
think,
know
you
what?
know,
I'll
Where we
guys,
moved.
for it. But yeah. So you do feel a sense of like, obviously, eyes on you as a city. The city isn't used to people coming to visit it so much, especially recently. And so there's definitely some suspicious looks being thrown on your way by citizens of this city. Like, you are definitely getting some weird looks. But you look at, you see that in one area there is a tower sort of building. Um, in and there's like your typical Pokemon Center thing. Most of but it's like built in a very old timey style, right? So, but like it's still got clear signage, right?
Yeah. Is there any signs nearby that we notice?
Well, obviously you see the red and the blue roofs of the Poke Center and the Pokemart, of course, right? And then you see another sign, um, pointing to the Tower of Wishes, which is the tower you saw in the distance of the town.
Ooh, that
Ooh.
sounds like a cool place. I'm gonna head there.
Oh, do we want to take a quick dip into the Pokemart, because I know that they can sell kind of like custom stuff here, like they did with the throat spray back in Melody.
Sure.
Sure,
Out of
yeah.
character, Don, is there anything custom here, or do you want us to visit later if you can think of something later?
Visit during solo session.
Okay.
Sure.
Brain kind of brains, and
No
again,
worries, Don.
So
today
we
the
definitely
last
popped in and
half
we took
week
a
has
look at
been,
it, but we're like, oh, we'll figure that out later.
yeah, basically, because you guys know this week's been a week, right?
Yeah.
For me, but yeah. So
Med,
yeah,
is that what you were? Is that the name you were thinking of?
Oh, hold on.
I
But
answered you.
I would recommend
Yes.
loaded dice in the Pokemart, but loaded dice are 7777. So they're super expensive.
yeah. So as like obviously all this is going on, I'm guessing you guys head to the Tower of Wishes.
Big building
Yes.
equals go.
Yeah.
Big old building, Tower of Wishes.
So as you head there,
Actually,
the feeling of like the eyes on you gets stronger the
okay,
closer you get to the
I'm gonna
building.
look around and see if I notice anyone staring at us. If I can fill this.
You notice another set of guards close to the building, kind of very much keeping an eye on you at the entrance for the tower.
Also, if this is a Tower of Wishes, make sure to have a coin, everyone. There might be a wishing well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm joking, by the way, Don.
I mean, we
Don, could
totally could. We totally
Don,
could.
could I roll for perception to see if I could see why we're getting all these weird looks?
We've already talked
They
about this.
have
We've already talked about this.
But
We're travelers in a city that doesn't normally get travelers, basically.
And they're suspicious
So,
of Team Phantom or whatever they're
and
called. I'm
they're
so sorry.
suspicious
yeah.
of freaking everybody. Like I made the joke comment before in our group DM. It's freaking Bossing Say.
There's
Yeah.
no war in Bossing Say.
Totally. It's funny enough. You mentioned that. Not this. This isn't based fully on Boston Day, but I totally haven't been more recently remembering one of my first D&D characters who was supposed to be in a campaign where it was based in a city that was very Bossing Say esque.
Was that Raina, I think?
Regal.
Okay, I knew it started with an R.
Yeah. Regal was in the know though. You know what I mean?
And they had a twin sibling, I think you said?
No, a little sister who disappeared, which caused Regal to join the side that ended up being in the know.
Hey, my little neurodivergent ADHD friends.
Yeah, back to Dee. Sorry, I was just quickly because Bossing Say was mentioned. I just wanted to bring that tiny snippet up, but then
Oh, I'm aware. Don't worry.
we
You're good.
continued. Yeah, a
Uh,
tiny snippet.
but yeah, so I'm just like I'm just sort of like happily walking through because I'm like, we're not bad. We have credentials, basically. We have people to vouch for us. Um, and I'm just going to sort of like hop up to the front of this tower. Is there like a line to get in, or?
No, the tower actually doesn't seem that busy today. Um, and it's like, and then it's like, and the guard looks at you. It's like, what is your business here?
Hi. We're here to see the Guardian of Jirachi. We've been sent here by the gym leader and the Guardian from Melody, as well
Viola.
as
No, actually, whenever Musa talks about Viola, she says Professor Viola. I realized I should have said that.
Professor Viola. Correct. As well as being sent here uh, by Professor Cypress and Professor Dia. This
Like
a
when she
lot of people.
says, sorry, yeah, when she says Professor Viola, she doesn't mean it in the like Pokemon professor. She means it as in like teaching school professor.
Oh yes.
Yeah, because
Oh,
she grew up in Viola school.
and the it's like, and then the guard goes, password, please.
Gerota. She so she's gonna like perk up and go, oh yes, that Gerota.
The guards nod and let you through. This
Oh
tower is quite big, and you notice, like, funny enough, you actually notice some branches going off it, which you notice some kids playing around. You see um, Luna and Helio, who you met at Melody. No, you met. Yeah, you met at. No, you didn't meet at Melody. You met at the school in Aura, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, because this is very connected to the. This is also part of this tower is used as the school in this town. And as I mentioned, because of the way this goes, obviously, but the school kids are known, so that's why they don't get weird looks, right?
yeah.
The school kids are literally, and their parents are literally the only visitors to this town, like thing. But yeah, um, so you see them, and you see there is a kind of blocked off staircase that leads up the tower, but the guard calls back and's like, "They're here to see Orion. Let them through." And the
Orion.
staircase opens up to you.
I'm gonna start
Orion,
heading
like
towards
the
this.
constellation or star.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start heading for the staircase then.
Mm-hmm.
Of course,
Uh,
like
Misa's gonna follow.
Same.
Sorry, I'm
as
distracting myself. Don't mind me.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like
as you
as
do,
I'm
you
going
see
up, I'm just like looking up, and I'm like, ooh, pretty.
like this is a very like yes, it's medieval, but you can see the kind of tech that you like almost in it as well, right? But you can also see like the glistening lights, like this tower, this city. In a way, it's medieval, but it's medieval in a way that you, if you were from like our world, let's say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's medieval in a way you would only see in a fairy tale.
Are
Nice.
we
Okay.
being escorted, or are we just going on our own?
You are currently going on your own, but at any point, if there is a point of guards, there's clearly like a notice message being sent up, right? At this
Mm-hmm.
point,
I'm just gonna
like,
kind of
to let
lean
you.
over to a guard during our journey and be like, "Hey, are we allowed to have Pokemon out in this?"
Yes, but please not anything too large.
Oh no,
Well,
don't worry. And then she
We
is
wouldn't
going
want an
to.
onyx out in this tower.
She's just gonna bring out Lampent. She's gonna bring out Obscura, who you guys will notice is a much bigger source of light now. to just kind of float as like a hovering lantern to kind of add to the medieval times vibe.
The thing that makes it better is there were some crystals on the wall and the light bounces off, making glittering lights around the tower.
Ha ha ha
Nice.
ha
That
ha.
is adorable.
As like you head up and soon enough you reach the top.
Hmm.
And you see a door, basically a steel door.
Does it look locked in any way?
Yes, it does. It doesn't seem like anything you it yeah, there definitely is a way in, but it isn't like you can't just open it basically. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Hmm.
locked, most likely easiest way to say it. I'm
It's a
sorry,
one-way
words
door.
brain forgets words. Yeah.
I just kind of like look around at my friends.
I want to look at the guard and ask, is there a secret knock on the door we need to do?
Or do we just not?
No, but the code you used earlier should be able to get you in.
Oh, Gerota? This time she says it with a little bit of a question mark.
A man opens the door, probably in his like late 30s, early 40s, sword on one hip, and looks at you. So I hear Professor Cypress sent you.
Hmm.
Among
Yes,
others,
we're
yeah.
here to help with the guardians, and we heard Manaphy and Fiona were missing, so we're going guardian to guardian trying to help.
Jirachi
Hmm.
is safe. Jirachi's mostly staying hidden. The extra security measures are. Jirachi never travels around away from me at this point.
Hmm.
Fair. Makes sense.
You see a Pokeball, and this is the first time you haven't seen a Guardian out, Mythical out around the Guardian. I'll say.
Um,
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, we could see that you guys have a lot of guards going out. They're very sort of stoic and serious looking, and I don't think Team
It was,
Phantom is going to mess with you guys.
yeah, and let's just say, I'm not just a Pokemon trainer fighter style.
Ooh,
And, um, and then Orion twirls the sword.
very
Nice.
nice.
Okay, I see you. Um, is there anything that we could do to sort of help the process?
Honestly, Team Phantom have been a bit of a problem recently. Tried to get in like a couple days ago. Um, but luckily, the one that tried they sent one that didn't have a Pokedex, like who didn't have a official Pokedex. You know what? You know how the Pokedex is an app on your phone, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know those cheap knockoff apps that are clearly fake.
Oh, he had a legally distinct
Yeah.
Pokedex?
Yeah,
That's. How are you gonna. Honestly, sometimes it's just worth it to pay for the subscription.
like
Yeah.
to be fair, it's given out to free if you start with Professor Cypress. To, even if you and while Professor Cypress will take anything, if there is a issue with a person traveling that far, even Professor Deer will give you a Pokedex if needed.
That is wild. You'd think they'd at least use a VPN or something.
Oh,
No, and so obviously they didn't get in, but you can understand why all the extreme security
Hmm.
checks with.
yeah, we've run into a couple members of Team Phantom.
They're not very
Oh,
nice.
They tried to steal Mew, and then they tried to steal Miloretta, and they almost succeeded with
Hmm.
Miloretta. Well, stealing a Pokemon that looked like Miloretta with special Pokeballs.
Oh,
yeah.
quick question. I'm gonna pull up the picture of the machine that was it that had Yveltal trapped. Uh,
Because yeah, we sent the phone in the past to get a fit photo.
yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, what the fuck?
You okay, Matt?
Yeah, I just heard a. Yeah. I think
I heard
I'm
like
okay.
I heard what sounded like a door open in your thing.
Yeah, it was either a door or a bang or a lightning bolt. I'm gonna go and find out which one. But just know that I
Okay,
have shown him a picture of the past like it's nothing.
stay safe.
Just give me a second. I'm actually also just looking up something. AKA trying to name a character because I want to bring up a character, right?
It's the name Judy.
One sec. Oh.
I mean a Boston Sing reference. It's so that's what they named every hypnotized person.
I'm assuming
But
something
that
just fell upstairs.
that's not good.
Yeah, I'm
Dawn's
currently trying to quickly name a character that I want to mention, and it's not just something I can throw. It's not a throwaway name. You know what I mean?
that's fair.
Oh, what? It's not like the other names I've given you that are a little bit more joke
No.
throwaway names.
Considering this is gonna be a mention of one of the other Guardians.
Oh.
Oh,
But you know me. I like to theme my names,
yeah.
or like,
Are you
so
are you
you
doing
know.
constellations on purpose?
No, it's less theme names. It's not theme names as in sense of all of them have connections names, right? Connected names. It's theme names in the sense of the name matches them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Like
Like Orion is
his name
the
mean
lines of the star Pokemon.
yeah, or like Dia's name, right? Literally means time because Dia was as a literal toddler, baby slash toddler, was taken through time and space, right?
Makes sense.
So Dia's name means time. I just need to find male names because this is another male guardian. There is at least a few male guardians. And I don't want something basic like Dylan. Okay?
Also, I just realized that my Morgan could do for a story plot, Dawn, if you ever need it. Morgan has pickpocket ability.
Oh god.
Yeah. I'll just let you do with that as you will. Either something or nothing, up to you.
You know what? I'll use this one. Actually, no, I don't like that name. I just realised how it sounded and brain. I'm sorry this is taking a second. I
No
forgot
worries,
You're good.
that
Dawn.
this NPC's name might come up.
You're good. In the
No
So I have to.
meantime,
worries.
chat, we are 19 followers away from hitting the minimum 50 requirement for affiliate. So if you like the content that you're watching here, as well as obviously our Daggerheart campaign, I apologize for it not happening last week, but I was just shattered by an illness. Please consider hitting that magical follow button and you'll be notified about when we go live.
Also, I'm adding it to my notes because I do have a note page, by the way.
Good.
Also, I need to notice. I need to note this because that's also important. Okay. Um, the thing is that makes this trickier and why I've gone this far. Not only have I been the guardian to Jirachi for a long time now, right?
Uh-huh.
But I Reef and I are friends. I have seen what has happened since Manaphy and Fiona has gone missing. I believe I may be one of his only ties left to sanity right now.
Fair. Uh,
And also the only person who can feasibly get him to sleep. Also, like, looks towards the photo because I wanted to say that piece, then look towards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This thing. That machine is something I haven't really seen before. Well, other than knowing that those seem to be modelled after the Chambers of Nightmares.
Well, they would probably want Darkrai to power that, wouldn't they?
Yeah, which puts Darkrai at risk.
Uh, Dawn, super odd question for you, but I figure I'd cover all bases.
Yeah?
Can I do what is the equivalent of insight in this? Intuition to see if this
Intuition.
guy is actually the Guardian or not. And I want to know basically if we're getting Queen Amidala. Which I don't know if you've seen the Star Wars prequels enough to get what I mean by that.
I know
Bay.
what Star Wars.
Okay, fair enough. Um, so in Star Wars, they had someone act as a fake Queen Amidala, uh, while the real
Wait!
one looked like a peasant behind her.
Jokingly, you could have. Oh wait, no, Weeping isn't that part, is it? You could have made a joking Nikki reference with that as well.
Oh, yeah, I guess I could have. But we're
I
here
know what
now.
you mean now, but yeah.
Is this guy
You're
posing
suspecting this is a
as
double.
I'm suspecting that this is a double.
You would need to roll an intuition, of course. I'm waiting for the roll.
Oh yes. I just wanted to double check that I could before I did. Ooh.
This guy really does seem legit. There is also no one else in the room other than you and you guys and this guy.
Fair, but this is the world of Pokemon and things and people can go invisible.
True. I'm more saying this in a way of you've given me that idea now, but no, I did not start with that idea.
Fair.
You know what I mean? Basically.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of like double checking cuz again, we weren't told his name, we weren't given a picture, we can't see Jirachi. So I'm just
True.
doing a bit of a once over to just be like, are they just really paranoid, or is something being put on for show? Because that is something we do know a little bit about. And it looks like they're just paranoid, which is fully fair. There is a bad organization trying to steal shit from people.
And also, this isn't our first run-in with people who have had um like this guy clearly isn't just guarded because of Team Phantom as well. Like none of the other Guardians have gone this far. Right?
Yeah, but to be fair, the other Guardians also came really close to having their things stolen. So maybe you guys are kind of justified on this one.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, I don't know, they were kind of miserable, but we went through the proper check-ins and everything worked out, and yeah, we get stared at, but that's not really anything new for us.
Yeah, you do seem like an interesting bunch, to say the least. That's just Orion's just like Orion's actually lighting it up a little bit for a second and kind of making a joke. Which is the
We,
first time you've seen this.
like
Music's
as soon
gonna,
as he says like, you guys seem like an interesting bunch, I just smile and I'm like, I was pulled through a wormhole and given a pony.
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
got a couple people who are a little bit from not from this dimension. Musa kind of says that.
And also, you know what, actually, can both of you both this is for Igneous and Musa. Roll me a I'm trying to think. I'm gonna do general education because nothing else really works for this.
Let
Nothing
me check
else.
what
Okay.
my thing is. I have a novice, so it's 3d6.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
general education.
at just untrained.
Would I be able to use Skill Monkey here if it's a bad roll on? It says whenever I make a skill check, I can re-roll it.
Yes, you can if you want to.
Well, that's a 5 on a 2D on
I think
2d6.
I think I'm gonna re-roll mine. 11's pretty good actually.
It's
Never mind.
above
11 is a
average.
success. 11 is a success. We'll say a 5 isn't. But
I
the
The
thing
5
is,
isn't.
you went to the group of Pokemon schools growing up, if I'm correct for your character, because you grew up here. If you went to all the thing, like before even Team Phantom existed, you remembered this place being built like a fortress. Even back then, the gods were more lenient back then, but it wasn't. It never wasn't an unguarded city.
Ah, so this is not a recent development.
interesting. So I hate it. I need to wait one more second. I have food arriving soon. I just need to go grab it real fast. I'll be like a minute. Just continue on without me.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry about
Well,
this.
I'm going to assume that you passed this information on to us.
Yeah, I'll pass any info on, of course. You know, I'm a team player.
Huh. Well,
But that
that's interesting. Do you guys get attacked often, or
um, Team Phantom aren't the only quote unquote nasty people in this world, to say the least.
for
Um,
sure, for sure.
less evil teams, but each mythical has their own power, and while the other people we dealt with don't want to keep Jirachi, you realize how much a wish could do.
I mean, we remember like reading up on Jirachi and its ability to like grant wishes, but I assume that there's, some sort of drawback or limitation, or can it just grant
Not
any wish?
basically, there's not much, but obviously, like, you wish to change the world for something, like, the way, like, drawbacks aren't automatic, but the stronger a wish it, the more powerful a wish is, the more likely there's going to be natural consequences, to put it that way.
That's terrifying.
So it's like, what? Be careful what you wish for. You might just get it, but not the way you expect it.
Basically, yes.
Hmm.
And people have tried to come and get a wish off Jirachi with nefarious means previously.
That's
So
that's no bueno.
the defenses were built for that. I built them once I became Guardian because, well, let's just say the previous Guardian, it didn't end well for that Guardian. It's also why I'm combat trained.
Everybody should be combat trained.
Of
Even
course,
if
but
it's, pretty basic.
yeah, but of course that's why the city is the way it is. It just helps that we're a bit more protective against Team Phantom than some of the others. Because honestly, logically, you could wish Jirachi to have the powers of the other mythicals if you force Jirachi to grant it, which there are ways to do. And yeah, there is there is a reason. Jirachi is too strong to. Jirachi needs this sort of protection. The other mythicals are as well, but the only other one who even speaks to that level is in a very rural temple. A small town nearby it, but nothing else.
Huh. So we're looking at something with the power, theoretically, of unlimited wish granting.
Well, it has a maximum before it falls asleep for a very, very long time, which is why we don't use the wishes.
Understandable. Like I wouldn't want one of my friends to be asleep for a long time.
Yeah, Like, that's why. And also, if Jirachi is asleep, this town. Well, it's Jirachi. Each of the Mythical's powers keep their town safe in their own way. So, this town could very well suffer if Jirachi. If the wishes were used incorrectly and were forced to be granted.
Is there any way to protect Rossi, like besides just keeping it hidden? I don't think it's nice to keep it in a Pokeball all the time.
I prefer not to. It's more with Team Phantom knocking yesterday.
That's understandable.
Currently, right now, we have safe areas and we have, as you see, protocol. Right? You don't get let into the city and you guys. We had to check. They had to check your identities, but I was warned that people would be coming. Right?
Mhm.
That's
People
fair.
don't
You
get in this
just
city for
had to
nothing.
make sure we were who we said we were.
Yeah, people don't get in the city for nothing. So Jirachi could usually roam free, but we're a bit on edge after yesterday, so
Hey,
that's why Jirachi's in the
real
Pokeball right
quick.
now.
Uh, how often would you say you've seen members of Team Phantom?
Honestly, I think we've hit them about 3 times since
Oh no.
in total. Team Phantom has been operating probably for well, they've been starting on the Mythicals. Manaphy went missing about a month ago now, and they actually came here before they went. But they decided to kind of how do I put this? They went for 2 attacks at once.
So,
Basically, this guy's saying it's been 3 times in the past month they've
three
come
times
after
in the past
Jirachi.
month.
Um, has there been a pattern, or is it seemingly random?
Random by the thing. I haven't noticed the pattern yet.
The issue is
But
they apparently have people close enough that they can see you 3 times in a month. They might have a base nearby. Do you have like a scouting team?
we've been trying to set one up, but a
But you've been
lot like
mainly prioritizing the defenses, correct?
yes. So a lot of our trained people are on defense currently, leaving very few, if any, for scouting.
Um,
Obviously, because I want to give the citizens very much good working things. They get adequate breaks and they don't work too long, which means we need a good amount of guards to keep the city safe.
I'm
I
gonna
do.
volunteer to help them scout if they need it.
I was gonna
I
say,
do have a
we
question
could
though.
probably do some scouting if you guys need while we're here.
Of course. And what is your question?
The past 3 times that they have visited in the past month, which have they all been coming from the same direction or different directions?
Different directions, but guards have spotted them. Like one of them was seen sneaking around the walls of the city. Just is what I
Uh,
mean by that. Like,
uh, is there like a balcony to where we currently are on?
yeah, there is a balcony that actually, like, so when you're looking at the walls, they're almost like palace walls where you can walk along them. And
Mhm.
there's actually like a path. There is a door behind the Ryan,
Can I
right?
send out Corvus Crier to see if they spot anything while we're talking?
Of course.
Also,
She'll actually say motion to chat out to go join Corvus Squire.
also,
I,
I will send out Skyfall and Flare to help with the search as well.
I'll send Skarmory as well. I forgot about Skarmory for a
So she'll
second.
go. You know what? She'll kind of look at like me, like you guys are all sending out your bird. She'll go. I have another bird, and she'll send out Oricorio. And after a moment, she'll go. She'll kind of look and go. You know what? You too. She said, "Come on out." She'll look at, or she's already Chadow's probably already joined wherever y'all are. The birds are collecting. She'll say, "Go help with scouting." Uh, she doesn't really know, like, you know she doesn't know what she's saying, but like, you know, the intent is behind, and the two of them, you know, join wherever the birds are starting to gather, and then they, you know, I guess disperse or whatever.
Skarmy, take care of them. I know you're a bit more strong than some of the others. Make sure they don't get captured.
I'm just kind of uh hold on a second.
Like we could always have Connie ride on the back of Skarmy.
I feel like I'm just like looking, and I've got like my hands on my hips, and I'm just like very admiringly looking like at all the birds. And then if Orion like looks back at me, I'm just like, oh no, I don't have any birds.
I'll say, Musa's gonna look at you and go, "We need to get you a bird."
I mean,
Like,
yeah, I feel like that's super useful. Um, but I'm more of like a stay on the ground kind of girl.
oh, if you guys like birds, Reef has a bird, my friend.
Oh.
Wingo.
You
Is the
see,
name John
Yeah.
Michael Wingle?
you see that she
Oh
actually
my.
is kind of like it's not like she wants a Wingle of her own, but you almost get a look of her face of like a little bit of missing home.
Mm.
Because, you know, she was
Okay, just so
Pico's
you know,
babysitter.
I 100% did that on purpose, so you know.
Oh, I know.
Because, but no, I did John Michael Wingle because it's a meme for M&J TV.
Yeah. But yeah. So, it's like, but yeah, of course. So obviously the birds are flying thing. Like, there's different ways out the city. Honest, there is three, there is three ways to city. The one you came through, the one that leads into more of a like you know how there was a forest, the town in the forest, right? And it was a pretty dense forest. It's a similar kind of forest, but a bit more of like the ground, like you know how it's like a grassy forest, but you can get to like where it is still dirt, but there's also a lot more of a rocky feel of the ground,
Yeah.
Yep.
while trees are still able to grow. It's more like that kind of area. And then the last one seems goes off a lot more into a lot more rocky area. Um and like do the birds split up? And if so, can you tell me where they
Um,
go?
Well,
I'm just saying, what directions have the attacks come from? Have they been from cardinal directions or just random?
As I mentioned, just random, but we did see a bit of sneaking around from the east.
Alright, I'm gonna send Skarmy east and Corvus Rider north.
mm-hmm.
I'll have
Um,
Blair run fast for the shadows uh with Skarmory in that same direction.
okay. Which direction was east?
It's
East
Wait,
east.
was
wait,
the
what?
really rocky part.
Okay.
East is the really rocky part. South is the somewhat dense forest.
Okay, because
Um,
I think I'll send at
and
least I'll send Chad out through the forest. So I'm like trying to think of like none of my aside from Chatta, I don't think any of my birds would even remotely be like, oh yes, they could
okay.
just be over there. Chatta in
Oh,
the
and
forest.
north is the path you came. Okay,
Mhm. You know,
north is
Chatta
the
in the
path.
forest is the only one that I can go. Okay, if they see a Chatta in the forest, they're not likely to think much of it, right? The other two, I feel like, are a little more noticeable. Um,
See, once we start scouting on the ground, that's when your girl comes in.
Thing is, with
um,
my players now a early so it just like go into like the shadows blend in.
Oh, yeah. I got one that can turn invisible and go through walls. I have a tracker.
You notice, like, one of the birds does notice something, I will say.
So I don't know which one exactly goes which, but I'll have Oricorio go if any. So I'll send I guess Oricorio go with the rock. With the collection over the rock, and Swablu will join Shadot, except being a little like Shadot's more like in the forest. Swablu maybe like scouting like above the forest.
Yeah.
Um,
You
flying, yeah,
guys,
not like with the clouds, but like maybe more like if you look up, you might think more of it as a moving cloud at first, than thinking there's an actual bird there.
you guys notice, like, one of the birds does see something. Like, that way, the rocky way to the east, right? There is a small town along the path, a small village along the path there, as well as not far from it is the power plant. This is a long path, by the way. Like, so this would take a while for your birds to do because
Hmm.
out of character, this path is very much like a cross-region path. It's like, like you
Okay.
have those paths that can go through multiple towns, but usually continue onwards. This is
Uh
one
huh.
where it does kind of split off. This is a cross. Out of character, this is not the path you will be going down after this session, though. Okay, unless I decide to put in some base, like you know what I mean,
Yeah.
some base busting stuff. But I've got reasons on why that's there. And a bit further down that village is the old power plant, which there is seen a person going in and out. And so the birds do see a person going into the power plant. I don't know how they would communicate this to you guys. Like that
Hmm.
there's some suspicious activity at the power plant. But
Uh,
like
Would if there's somebody with if a psychic telepathic like connection thing, would there be able to be a thing between two? I suppose it would
uh,
depend on how far out in the range of the telepath.
well, if they come back, couldn't we just have one of them attempt to draw something that looks similar?
Well,
right.
they
So
Actually, funny that you mentioned telepath. I got two Pokemon that can talk in
Rocks.
my brain.
yeah, that's kind of what I was
yeah,
wondering.
so I would say wait till they get back and then do telepath, like have the Pokemon talk. You know what I mean, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, like, once the Pokemon eventually come back, you hear them mention a power plant, a power plant, and their like thing. It's actually pretty far, but not like like on a flying Pokemon. It takes like 30 minutes to get to power plant.
Okay.
So yeah, this was a bit as a
Hmm.
like thing.
So what you're
It's a so
saying is it would take them maybe about a couple weeks on foot to get here. Say maybe like 3 times a month.
yeah, basically yeah. The power plant almost seems like the perfect position of it's far enough away, but not thing. Out of character, out of character. I'm just gonna say this because I realized I have placed the power plant in my head on the map, right?
Hmm.
The power plant is not exactly as awarded. Actually, no. I'll leave it for now. I'll explain if it comes up. Okay.
Is the power plant owned by anyone in town by chance, or it's abandoned?
Not here. The power plant isn't owned by anyone in this town. The power plant is owned by another one of the Guardians. But this Guardian, it's not one I would have expected you to meet yet, or at least for a while.
Mm.
These guys don't know about all your exploits and the fact that you have met like already like 7 Guardians,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Like you have met 7 Guardian. This is your 8th Guardian meeting. These guys
Yeah.
don't know that,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
This guy doesn't know that you met that many Guardians. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think it's a Guardian you would meet that often, honestly. This Guardian does travel a lot, but
Music's Music's gonna kind of like you to say that and go, well, we've met quite a few. Who is it by chance?
have you met Alindra?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
She'll like perk up and go, yeah, we did. Um,
Yeah.
we were she and her old adventuring team. It was Professor Cypress, Professor your friend? She's like pointing at Igneous and going friend with like basically imagine like her like if she were typing it out, it would be friend with like 20 question marks afterward. It's like your friend, Annabelle and her, they were part of the battle thingy that happened. Battle Royale. Like she's like thinking on the spot here. Like
Yeah,
so they
I'm
were
more
part
of
of
a
the battle royale in Melody, and we also participated. It was a lot of fun, and it was a lot of fun watching them battle as well.
I think
Oh, so
sorry.
you go ahead.
I was about to say I think Annabelle thinks me more of a pest they can't get rid of. I invade the gym often.
Of course you do. Um, yeah, that would make sense. Honestly, the reason I said you probably wouldn't matter that way is, as I said everything connects together at one point, and this town has some quite good connections to some of the stronger towns in case, because we know that there's always that chance of threats, right? We
hmm
have backup. That's
Yeah.
why that road exists, right? The Rocky Road.
hmm
Um,
Oh, Rocky Road, I loved
it's
it.
actually that town in the middle that mentioned is actually also in the protection of the like the three towns we work together because not far from the power point should have been another city called Loom, which is
That's the Zero Aura, right?
yeah the eighth gym leader. Okay, so this is basically telling you that that is like that power plant is right near the end of the campaign. But it may be something you can visit and then come back
It is
later
not
in the
trying
in-game
to
as
tell
well.
Yeah.
us. Don't do this now. This is
Did you not expect us
Like,
to send out the Bud Squad?
but like I could do a mini thing at the power plant, but
we
like
have the birds. We have birds. We have a
yeah,
bunch of birds.
like I wasn't
Birds are
expecting
bird
you.
adjacent.
I wasn't expecting you to find evil team space. Okay.
Yeah, I think together we should all hold off for now. We don't want to anger the
Yeah.
DM too much.
Like no,
I
it's more just you guys are nowhere near ready to fight these guys. You know what I mean?
look.
Yeah, that's fair.
I understand from a player perspective, but also this might also serve as a very nice little lesson for Dawn. The players will always fuck up what you're trying to do.
Yeah. Like
She's
that's
not
I'm
wrong.
giving a kind of like it could be like a like I'm taking inspiration from one of the Pokemon games. I it will depend on how this the rest of this session goes. Okay.
I have an idea, Dawn, that
Um.
is out of character. We could talk with the Guardians and have us do some mini scouting missions in the in the forest, maybe see if there's any hidden smaller bases, and then eventually move up to it.
Yeah. Like or the other thing was if anyone remember if has anyone here but me played X or Y.
Yes.
I know of them.
I played
Remember,
Y.
um, remember how Geosenge Town is actually a pretty early town?
Yeah, it's also where the weapon is hidden.
Like, honestly, in a sense, it could be like, oh yeah, you do a mini thing here, but you don't discover deeper kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I like
Uh,
the. Oh
Ready.
man. Oh, all of you little fetuses. Allow me to remind you of a little game called
Red or
Pokemon
blue,
Red and Blue.
Meridian City, where the final
Right?
gym is.
Right?
Yeah.
Forgot Viridian, okay? I have not finished Kanto.
You tiny little creatures, you.
I I
Don't worry,
I
I'm
rate quit
old,
Pokemon
man. I
Crystal.
started with those on a Game Boy. Well, I had a Game Boy and I had a Game Boy Color, so I played on both.
Oh, trust me, me too.
I I put it this way. I I rage quit Pokemon Crystal, but other than that, I technically I own Red and Blue. I also own Fire Red Leaf Green. I also own Yellow. But I still haven't beaten Let's Go because I keep getting bored of it.
What about the B-Bell and Legends Arceus?
No, you do not bring up that B-Barrel to me.
Thing is, you can just run away from it.
I got past the B-Barrel. But that B-Barrel was a pain. Sorry. I have rightful anger
Trauma.
against the bee barrel.
So
Okay.
as the birds come back and they start talking to Celestia and Vasilissa, Vasilissa and Celestia sort of mentally process it through me. I explain everything to everybody. It's like,
This is like the biggest game. This is like the Pokemon version of the game Whisper Down the Lane.
yes, this is the most like side baseball that we've done in this entire game. And I just go, right, okay. So power plant, right. Um Mr. Orion, sir. She kind of does like her little mock salute again.
Since you are helping the Guardians, you can just call me Orion.
Perfect. So, I think we found your baddies. I think they're all hanging out at the power plant, kind of like some like reject Hot Topic guys. You know, like, oh, we're gonna hang out at the abandoned skate park.
It's funny because it's not even abandoned, so I'll have to at least get like maybe like I have to tell Alindra, right?
Yeah,
Because
I think that
that
kind of
could
goes
be a
without saying.
risk. But yeah, because like that power plant is one of the two main power sources of the entire region.
Oh no.
Oh, so basically
We
what you're
have
saying is if they
backup.
manage to lock that down, then they own the entire power supply of the region and can basically like run a
Okay, no,
monopoly
we
chain
have
on it.
one backup.
Okay. We should probably
It's
reinforce that backup.
okay. The one backup is we have well, actually, it's mixed between a few cities. The cities that get the most sunlight, the two near the volcano, unless the volcano goes up. If the volcano explodes, that's another issue. Okay. Um, speaking of, because then we lose two out of three of those cities who are producing the solar lights.
Um, Igneous comes around, from around the volcano, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you would know that both I forgot the name of the new Victini name. Please help.
It was Win
Wingather and Rushless have solar panels that are redirected to a smaller power plant that is around Fantasia, the fifth gym area, because the other place the power redirects from is Gracenia Gardens. Right? You know that basically the two pretty high up towns and then the town that is literally known for having a bunch of flowers because the sun is good there, right? Have solar
Mm-hmm.
panels that are like the backup
They got
supply
that
for them.
good son.
We also have lots of
You
some
know there
flora.
was a fourth. You know there was a fourth town that had solar panels though, but the way Orion sounded is like there's only three towns doing it.
Can I roll a perception to see if I would know why that is, or education?
Or roll an education to see if you remember that that was a fourth for
Would that
sure.
just be general?
Yes. I use Gen Ed as kind of a memory, you know what I mean? As
Mm-hmm.
well. Because it isn't really
13.
a memory roll. Yeah, you remember it. But and you remember what the fourth town is, and actually with that you kind of realise why a town might have gone down. The final town was Surfside.
With the with
Oh,
Manaphy and
water
Fion went
And
energy.
missing.
Fiona.
I'm gonna pass that on to the group, saying, "Yeah, the fourth town would have been. There should be a fourth town, but the Guardians are missing from there. This is not good."
So
It's
they're
really
trying
not
to get a
good.
monopoly on the energy sources in the region.
If they could shut down the enemy, if they could shut down the energy, that shuts off a lot of the lights. Luckily, we have torches.
And
Medieval vibe.
with them going after Yveltal, they might be trying to and the name sort of they might be trying to call it Eternal Darkness or something.
Possibly. I'm
They're
not
pulling a they're pulling a nightmare moon.
Yeah. Possibly. I don't know. Honestly, I can't tell you. the only one person, there's only like one or two people that might even be able to tell you anything to do with their motivations, and I'm not the guardian you need to come to for that,
Well,
to say the least.
we have a place to start, right? We need to reinforce the generators that we do have control over. You guys at least know where these places are, so if you can allocate a strike team, I mean, at least you know you're not, going in blind.
Yeah. Okay. You should be headed to the first of the fall pretty soon. If I remember correctly,
Uh,
right?
well, yes, we're sort of here uh, on the way to Pale Rock to get as much information as we can about the Manaphy and Fiona disappearance.
Yeah, and there's a boat that can take you from Pale Rock to Surfside.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
So that would get you to where Manaphy and Fiona were.
That's the plan.
We're still not strongest, so we might have to train along the way, but we will be ready
Oh,
for any threat.
there's a gym at Pale Rock, so
Oh,
Ooh.
interesting.
There's a gym
bug type
here
gym.
in Wishfield, is that?
No, there is not a gym in here in Wishfield.
Did you say
Or
bug type?
yes, a bug type gym. Pale Rock is the area for Genesect,
Oh my.
Oh,
actually.
that's
So
that's
yes, it's a
interesting. She kind of just pulls out her phone and is going through the notes of the thing. And is like, "Oh, you're creepy looking."
I've heard that people think it might be a Kabuto that was experimented on. Or Kabutops.
Ooh.
true.
I like Pokemon fan theories.
I know one of the E4 members have been doing research on that. While I prefer the medieval side of the technical Pokemon and Steel and stuff, one of the E4 members is a very tech-heavy trainer, to say the least. But I've got to give him credit, considering he was the one that trained me in combat as well.
Interesting.
So you found out that Orion has a close relationship with Reef, sorry. Wrong campaign.
Wrong campaign.
The names are one letter off, right? Um, with Reef, and also knows one of the E4 members, and you know one of the E4 members have an interest in tech.
So I'm just happy Don learned a valuable lesson today. If players can derail the campaign in any way, they will.
Here's the thing, you guys, I came up with that on the first of all, I came up with that on the spot. Thank you very much.
Which I love.
Okay, because the power plant wasn't even it. Just so the power plant. I'm sure there is one game where the evil team holds the power plant or something.
Red, blue, fire, red, leaf, green. They steal the part to the power plant.
True. There is multiple games where the evil team has something to do with the power plant because I'm pretty sure they do some nefarious stuff in X and Y as well.
Honestly, power plants are just like beacons for evil team members.
Yeah. So okay, I am using some kind of how do I put this? I don't care. I'm gonna use some cliches for evil teams. It's
Also,
fine.
Don Valley Windworks.
Yeah.
Literally, that's where the idea came from. Valuable words. Of course it was. Sinnoh, my happiness. But yeah, so a lot of the ideas, like, that's where the power plant came from. And I was like, I'll put it near a loom because that makes sense, right? But like, I came up with all this on the spot, and I was like, oh wait, I don't really want you to go there yet. You know what I mean? And I was like, yeah, I'll be making other mini bases at times. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There'll be
Yeah.
stuff for you to do. It's just like thing, and also braid. It just braid what I was gonna say.
It's fine. And it also potentially opens up like maybe some mini quests for solo sessions or something. Who
Yeah,
knows?
like, and also you guys may have given me the idea of them going after the power supply. The power plant was just me basically being generic.
But
Oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
this is what happens. DMs and players bounce ideas off each other. They give each other evil ideas.
Now,
So
Now,
yeah.
now to teach you how to be a bit of an eviler DM, next time you don't admit that to us. You just be like, yes, yeah. They're going after the power supply, of course. Immediately makes notes.
This is the whole thing. Like, yes, I do have like a technical order of a lot of things. Fun fact, the order I have is like where the gyms are, basically. That's all I have, and I have like a couple of like where a couple of the towns are. Most of this, I'll be honest, I'm pulling out my
Pulling out your buttocks.
yeah, basically. I'll be honest.
Which is fine. That's
I've
exactly
got
how DMing goes. And then remember that when you come up with options A and B, we will come up with option C.
yes.
I find
And
the
then you'll
skit
give
I
me
saw.
ideas, and I'll just add stuff to thing.
Yes.
No,
Or
beat
add
this.
stuff to the.
This is like that skit from Viva La Dudley B, where they cut that bridge down and they ruined like a whole book for the DM's ideas. There's 12 all the
Yeah.
pages.
You guys didn't ruin a single idea of mine.
No, we just gave them more.
Yeah.
That's how it works. But yeah, I feel like I'm gonna agree uh, with my friends on this one that yeah, I don't think that we're super ready to be taking on the big bad evil guys just yet. Um,
Yeah, I would suggest not. The the leader went on that journey about 4 years ago. Well, the leader started the team a year ago. They went on a journey a long time before that, but
oh yeah, we started
I
going on
know
our journey
because
about I want to say about 2 weeks ago.
yeah. I will say this as information. If you ever need information, as much information as you can get on the leader, there's only two guardians who ever really knew the leader. Eh,
Oh,
First of all is Professor Cypress, who was the professor who led the leader on the journey. Okay, Guardian and Mew. And the other one is yet again one I don't know if you have met. The fifth gym leader, Lila.
yeah, we met
Wait,
Lila. We won a
I was gonna say
contest
she's
with
gonna pause for
Lila
a second and
recently.
go, "That's the girl in the contest."
We met Darkrai with them recently.
Oh yeah, Lila loves contests. I don't get to talk to her much. She's the newest Guardian.
She's
But
really cool. I really like her. Her
let
Pokemon are so cool.
she seemed pretty not desperate, but also like pretty eager for friends when she first came here, and I don't think she was the best at figuring out who had the best intentions.
Yeah, we've heard that one of the main people of Team Phantom is from Lila's village, 'cause that's
The
town.
leader.
Yes, the leader. Which
Yep.
I'm sure we've shared a pic. Was they got a picture from the Guardian
They got
group
a picture of
chat?
the back of the leader. Like, I believe. They know what the
Yeah.
back of the leader looks like, and they have a picture of the leader like about 4 years ago. Like before all evil look. Like the
Uh-huh.
leader actually looked quite sweet, but with an unnerving look. Like, how do I put but like less obviously evil? So like my brain wanted to go almost Lucamine-esque, but less obviously evil.
What's their face?
And
Cozy
it's
Glow.
not as cute as Lily. Not as like cute and like innocent as Lily though. But not as pure evil as Lucamine. Right?
So they
Somewhere
don't
in
want to
between.
fuse with a giant Pokemon and take over the world or
That's
whatever.
what the photo you have of the leader looks like, I'm more saying.
So, if you guys don't have a gym here, do you have places where maybe tough trainers like to congregate and show off their skills that we could maybe, learn from?
Honestly, yes. We have one of the biggest actually combat academies here. Um well, Pokemon, like we do a lot more of training Pokemon to make them stronger here. Like, as you know, each of the schools it's actually downstairs, but each of the schools are based on different things, and the students travel between them. This one is more you're making train more you're making them stronger, kind of like more about training Pokemon here. When I say training, though, I mean there's a difference between training Pokemon and Pokemon care as much. Like this is more focused on the battling side of things.
Would you
I mean,
maybe even describe it as brutal training?
maybe not that far. I more mean like the reason I'm saying is there is another school that specifies in Pokemon care at Grace Gardens, right? But here is more focused on the battle aspect of it. Like you can even find schools that like everyone comes to this one, but there's like a school that like Lila's the school at Lila's town specializes more in contests. Especially once Lila got a hold of it because Lila is coordinator. But
I just kind of
that
nudge
is
Musa and I'm like, well, we know where you're going.
it's a possibility that before Lila was part of this, before Lila was in this world, that Musa might have spent some time at that school. As I mentioned, the students can travel between schools. Like some of them are general schools, like you would go to the Celebi one, you'd go here, right? And
Hmm.
some of because battling's something almost basically every trainer does, right? And then some of them are a bit more, are you interested in this? We could try and get you a class in it, which is more stuff like melody, like Fantasia, like Fantasia. Oh, and Grace Deer Gardens is also a required school because like you need to learn how to take care of Pokemon. Right.
Hmm.
Fair.
So, would we maybe be able to, like, audit a class while we're here?
Sure, actually. Of
That
course.
sounds interesting.
I mean,
Yeah.
if we're going to be going off and saving the world, I think we should know a little thing or two about battling.
Yeah. Just to make, can you please inform me of where your knowledge is at? Because we have different levels of classes.
So we say what stats we say that by?
Oh, I'll
So, like,
just, I'll
how
pop
much
my
do you
badge case
know
open and just
about?
show him the Aria badge.
Oh, so
Yeah.
obviously not basic battling. It's like what
Yeah.
Yeah,
components
yeah.
basic.
We all have we all have the first gym badge.
You know what? Maybe a bit more of the class is a bit more about different items and stuff and how those
Ooh.
work in
She'll
battle.
kind of nod. I think that's good.
I mean,
We
don't
don't
get
really
me
have
wrong.
an awful lot. I mean,
Sorry, go ahead.
You don't have to all
sorry.
go to the same one.
Yeah.
Are there any classes on breeding or racing like
That's not
riding
here.
Pokemon?
Not
I was just
here.
double checking.
Riding Pokemon, maybe.
Oh, I'll
But
try and search for a class for that then.
only the basic riding Pokemon here.
Which I would probably know if I
Movement.
have the rider class.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There was a timeline in which the gym battle happened, and we got absolutely mollywopped. But luckily, we're not in that one anymore.
Mhm.
Oh, better
Um,
legs.
I love the idea for like, and by the way, so people obviously don't know about this because this is more in our like off stream times. But we have been starting to watch a lot of Ever After High. I love the idea of Ruby basically being like a mix between Pinkie Pie and Madeline. Where like
100% fair. I'm
she's
going with
very
mine.
slightly fourth wall breaky,
Yeah.
and then everybody else just thinks that she's crazy. And you can either find that a quirky, like a cool, quirky quality, or think that she's just weird. But she's just vibing.
You know what? I'm just going to say that. I'd like. Do I have full permission, as a curious question, to at some point use that to screw with you?
Um, absolutely.
I like the thought that if it's whether it's been intentionally or not, you've made just enough off comments that Musa's just like, yep, this is a thing now.
Yeah. So this is the equivalent of like if you watch Deadpool, right? Deadpool's fourth wall breaking all the time, and everyone just thinks he's crazy and is like, yeah, that's just him.
Also, Don, you
Yeah.
remember how you asked me to look up, find a certain sound?
Yeah.
Is that the one you're talking about?
Yes, that is the sound I'm talking about.
Yep.
That will be useful soon. I'll DM you just when I
Yeah.
need it. Right. Okay.
I just want to make sure of that.
Yeah, that is the one I need. But yeah. So yeah, so there's a bunch of different classes on stuff and thing. But yeah, we're mostly focused about Pokemon battling. Pokemon riding, the issue is a lot of the classes are based around the mythical, right?
Yeah.
Jirachi's tiny.
Fair.
True.
And okay, one sec.
By the by, if we pass these classes,
Be
do
a
we
sec.
get a sword?
Oh. Hold on. Hold on. You've
Sorry, I figured out the perfect timing for something and I needed that.
Because, like, we're going to the item classes and stuff like that, and I don't know if one of those items is just a full freaking sword, but everybody around here carries swords and it's cool.
Okay. Brain is just waiting for something, sorry.
I thought you heard it.
No, I didn't, I'm sorry. Okay, as you're saying that, you hear that sound as the Pokemon comes out of the Pokeball, looking very disgruntled at being called small, at being called tiny.
Oh, a shiny Jirachi.
No, it's not shiny. I just wanted to use the little like stars because Jirachi's the star wish. You know
Fair.
what I mean?
That's fair.
It's not shiny.
Uh, I'm gonna look towards it and introduce myself. Hi, I'm Igneous. Pleasure to meet you, Jirachi.
Oh,
I'm Varus.
you're Jirachi. Hi,
As
I'm Ruby.
I'm Musa.
Jirachi slides around you and greet him before basically giving Orion a glare and a half.
You said stay in the Pokeball, and Jirachi said fuck you.
Jirachi can be like that sometimes. It doesn't help when Jirachi's a psychic type who can talk in my head.
Oh, she'll kind of like look at like I don't know if they're still out. If if
Oh
they're
yeah,
still out, but she'll
Vassilosa
kind
and
of
Celestia are still probably out
yeah,
after all the
she'll kind
fight.
of look at them and go like them two,
Oh.
and then she'll kind of like them two like question mark like them two, right? Because you said that they can do that.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
can talk
that's
in my
how.
head.
And then she'll falter a little bit and go, and like Annabelle? She'll put like this is once again with like 5 question marks at the end of it, basically. Didn't you say she was talking in your head
Okay.
during the performance?
Okay, no. Her powers are bullshit, and here's why. Okay? She can talk in my head, but I can't talk back. In this instance, I can do like a little bit of a message back thing. I just talk out loud because I'm more used to that.
You can technically talk back. It's just more like you just need to think about very hard about what you want, what kind of message you want to get through, and
Well,
like
to be
it's
fair,
more
Annabelle
to do
didn't
with.
tell me that.
I like the idea that this is, Orion is now realizing just how just the sheer extent of what they've managed to accomplish.
I'm guessing you guys have met Dia then since you met the other three.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
wasn't Dia there when we were getting our starters and stuff?
Dia gave us
Oh
our
yeah, Dia
starters. Yeah,
ran
she gave me a
in
pony.
Yeah,
late.
Dia did.
Oh yeah, Dia must. Dia has to take the eggs over, of course. I forgot about that.
I love that this is Orion just realizing the fact that they have like are kind of like kind of slightly friendly with like just about like half of the freaking like, we're in a contest with
Okay, I know it's
Lila,
filthy rich coming from me, but your
and if
powers
the
are
ribbons are like a
bullshit.
Like, I realize it's like a badge if there's like a case or whatever,
You
but
have
if
a
she
badge
can,
case, and
well,
you
yeah.
would give it a ribbon case if you
But if she
enter the
can like
contest.
wear the ribbon or whatever, like if it's a thing that you can wear, she's probably wearing it. I will be entirely honest. If it, I
Just
don't know
wear
how they
it
work.
because all I have to use as an example is first season of the in the first season of Pokemon anime with the badges, Gary literally pulls aside his coat with like multiple badges on his coat.
Okay. Because I
Right?
imagine like the badges are maybe like pins. The ribbons might. I don't know how the ribbons. If the ribbons are like like.
Ribbons basically have a safety pin almost at the back.
Okay,
You
so
know what I
they're
mean?
like a safety pin type of ribbon. Okay.
I just
They're not
realized I
like
just
a
played that on
pin
stream.
badge pin.
Oh god.
I went to watch a
Oh,
video
I
so I
need to.
knew which meme I was grabbing, and I realized I just played that on stream.
That's not good.
Don't worry, it's not
Nope.
copyrighted material.
As a small thing,
Mhm.
just you messed up the names, but it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah,
I know this is rich coming from me, but your
Alindra has
powers are
the
bullshit.
powers to use people, but doesn't have the power to send messages into people's minds. That's more
Um.
Annabelle.
Yeah.
Oh, Annabelle,
But
yes.
she's probably wearing like her pin like on like her like jacket or something. Like she's probably like wearing it. Um. More so because she's so proud of it because it's the her first contest. It was in her hometown and she won.
Ryan looks at Rowan. Oh, I see you won a
Well, because like
contest
so
today.
she went the fact that she was in the contest, and then if
She
he
didn't
realizes now
mention
that
she
she's
won.
hmm
Yeah, she
yeah
didn't
she
mention she
doesn't
won.
mention
So
yeah she doesn't she never said like the she was the one who that Misa never said that she was the one who won the contest. She just made a comment that she was in the contest, like just like yeah, Lila was in the contest. Like they know she knows Lila. They were in the contest together, and her Pokemon are super cool. Like she's like having
She's having a fangirl moment.
yeah, a little bit. And then if Orion then realizes she's wearing the badges and she's beat Lila in the contest.
you you beat Lila?
Yeah.
Yeah, 4th place, actually.
Okay, Lila's like one of the best coordinators of the region.
She was a good challenge. But we kind of worked to like we had like a kind of like an alliance at first, and then they broke it first. She'll like point to you two. She'll go, they
Don't point
broke it
at
first.
me. I was attacked first, so I
I
beat
was
you guys.
playing very nice.
But yeah, her Umbreon was we had it was us. She like motioned to her Ruby and Igneous. Like it was us three and her Umbreon did go down because we wouldn't because we wound up being the last to fight each other.
That's
But
understandable.
but she was a lot of fun and it was a very good fight. It was a very good fight.
Course. With a lot of these kind of fights, battling and stuff, even if there is a prize involved, like a gym or a contest, battling and stuff is a good way to have mm, is a good way to have fun and bond with your Pokemon.
I mean, and her appeal round, that was amazing.
Did you use Sableye?
I think so. I'm pretty trying to remember
Yeah,
now.
she did
Yeah.
use it. She used
Okay,
Mega
yes.
Sableye.
Yeah. It was holding a big gem.
Of course, Mega Sableye.
Hey, hold on. Sorry. Stabilize, I get. Totally get that. Run into a couple of them during some of my nighttime deliveries. Did you say Mega?
Yeah, some Pokemon have the capability to Mega Evolve with a special gem.
That's the thing that
Mega.
was on their wrists.
Yeah, you don't have to wear it as a thing. Like Sableye probably, yeah, Sableye has a bracelet that Lila made, but you might notice that Lila wears it as a also a bracelet, but a very like specifically designed one. If you noticed.
That's what they did, because when we
Sorry.
saw all four of them go up against each other in the Battle Royal, like, each one of them had something that did something along the lines of that, where, like, they had their Pokemon out and then they became different kinds of their Pokemon.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm guessing you saw God of War from one of them.
Yep, yep, definitely. It got like little wingy
Um,
thingies.
yeah, Beedrill.
Yeah, Beedrill.
Yes.
It was like 4 arms, and that
Oh
snake
yeah.
got huge.
Oh, of course, Neelix.
Yeah, I didn't think
And
that a giant bee could get more terrifying, but then it was like a 4-armed giant bee, and that's probably going to be the poster in the elevator of my personal hell.
and then obviously you would have, if you met those three, you would have met Evie.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh yes,
yes.
Big fire
the
dragon.
Charizard. The
Yeah.
Eevee the Charizard. Yes, 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 yes. She says this like she has to like remind herself that they're talking about Eevee the Charizard the Annabelle.
Took me a second as well.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
did you know Eevee has more than 5 evolutions? That shit's weird.
Yeah. Like you don't want to start on like. Do 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 I bring up? Wait, no. I don't think you're ready to learn about that. We don't really
Wait,
use it in this region, but I've heard about it from trainers that have traveled from other regions. Some of the others who have come from the previous regions. Uh, do we talk about Gigantamax Charizard? Trust me, I got shown a picture of it.
Hold on. Okay, I'm just cluing in on the whole megas thing. What the heck is a Gigantamax? You made that word up.
Okay, I don't know much about it. But from what I've heard, it's from the Galar region in your world.
Oh. Yeah. I've heard a couple of those. Like, I've had to take letters to the post office before towards Galar, but I've never been myself.
Yeah, like the Pokemon turn giant, and then some of them have different forms while they're giant. They look different.
Pardon me, and did you say one of these was Charizard, the thing that's already a fire-breathing dragon?
Yes.
Right, okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and jot this down in my list as more bullshit. Because at the very least I know that, like, Gardevoir can Mega Evolve, I have a Ralts, so that's kind of cool. Don't know what this Gigantamaxing, big ol', Giga everything, honestly, sure.
Honestly, I think if anyone could show you maybe even the hint of Gigantamax, as I mentioned, most of us don't use it, but I would say, let me just double check something. Give me a second. I'm checking
okay,
Gigantamax forms.
okay, and I'm
There's
going.
a
Who are you?
lot
DMs,
of them.
I'm
DMs,
going.
DMs.
Who are you giving a Gigantamax Pokemon?
No, I'm not permanently, but like if Gigantamax wants to get shown off.
Don, DMs.
Thank you, but that's not what I want to use. Well, I'll use that as the thing. I'm gonna send the
And
other
when if
one.
you're doing a Gigantamax Eevee,
No, you guys have already met the trainer with a basically. But by the way, you get shown this picture in PTO Mythical World of Gigantamax Charizard. Thank you, Neo. But it's like
Oh my goodness. Okay,
because
because
honestly,
that's a
there's
lot
only
of fire.
there is only one mythical that can Gigantamax.
Oh,
Others just become larger. I would like to say that if you ever want to see the Gigantamax phenomenon, you may want to have a look around while you're in Chauffin City. I've heard
ooh,
Melmetal can do it.
Huh.
Yeah. Out of character. Melmetal is the only mythical that can and it has a
Yep,
Gigantamax
yep,
form.
it becomes basically a
yep.
skinny alien, doesn't it?
Yeah, basically a skinny metal alien.
Hold
It's
on.
a bit weird.
Incredibly.
But so you're saying that any Pokemon, if we find out how to do it, can Gigantamax,
Yeah.
because only some of them change form?
Well, they put It's called Dynamax is what it's called without the form change.
Oh, okay, cool. Another word to
Hey
remember.
Don, I
'Cause
saved you the trouble in putting it into PTU Mythical.
Thank you. If you want to look at PT Mythical, that is what Spell Metal looks like. As Gigantamaxed.
oof, dude does not skip arm day, but has fully skipped leg day.
I will say, I there is no statted Dynamax in this, and I don't want to stat it.
That's
It's
fair.
more we're talking about gimmicks, and it was
Mm-hmm.
more a kind of you mentioned forms, and I wanted to think that's why it's mentioned as mostly being from another region,
She'll
but the
say,
only person.
she's this isn't quite like, all the megas and whatnot, but my Oricorio can do this, and she'll, hand Oricorio the other the other sweet, the other nectar, and change form, which I think I've shown you guys before. I think I did that at one point before.
Yes.
Yeah. So this isn't the first time you guys see this. Yeah.
Yeah. See, Musa's kind of cool. Up and coming. Contest superstar, but it's nothing.
I
Just
realized I'm making a reference to B, um, that might not make sense,
Oh,
and it's a
go
gem.
shoot. Oh, well, okay.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say is this is about the geography of the region,
Okay,
right?
yes, you're right. This means nothing to me, Dawn.
Okay, so basically, me saying there is a boat from Pale Rock to Surfside, right? The,
Yeah.
and that boat is like the boat from near Petalburg City to Duford, right? Which is the early boat that you can get. The other location, Chopin City, which is also a coastal city, right, that you'll go to later, is like taking the boat from Duford to Slateport, right? Which doesn't make sense. But basically, Duford is an island town. It's basically saying there's boats got you can get a boat to either town from Surfside, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Basically.
I love that.
Um, but like I was like, I don't know how to explain it. Oh wait, B's never played Gem 3. Okay, but like you guys all have, I can at least explain what I meant to you guys.
I also
Right.
look. There is a wide saying in the world of D&D, which is never get on the boat. And the reason for that, which I realize is even more terrifying in PTU, uh, basically there's a lot of really cool monsters in the monster manual that only work in the water, and you're probably never gonna come across them. The GM wants to use them so bad that they're gonna be like, oh, the next town that you have to travel to, you have to travel by boat. Get on the boat. Get on the boat so I can do the cool monsters.
Funny thing is, when I made my original D&D campaign, which I don't know if it's gonna happen, but complicated, right? When I made the idea for that, there is literally a world that is just basically an archipelago
A
that is
randomizer?
mostly water. No, like it's a couple of
I
islands
know.
that is literally
I
a water
know.
Making a joke.
You know I
I'm
had to
sorry.
make the joke, Dawn.
Yeah, but I was literally so yes, I could have thrown as many water sea monsters as I wanted you to because you guys had no choice.
Yeah,
You
That
guys
one
have
was
no choice.
but I just realized how freaking crazy it is of like in PTU. Because in D&D, yeah, you're gonna get like some leviathans, some krakens, all the good. In PTU, you're gonna get whale lords and walreins and fucking just like the
it's
craziest
less
water
no.
shit.
Water will be closer to colder water, and we've mentioned and Surfside's mentioned to be a bit more tropical.
Yeah, true.
Um, so yeah,
While
but there
we're
is a
kind of
colder area.
doing nothing and
Sorry.
just talking, I need to go. I need to find something to eat.
Okay.
That is fair. Do we want to go ahead and take 5 before we head to
Yeah, because
the
I'm a bit
school?
hungry too, so I kind of want to get food.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, everybody, we're gonna go to break for a second, and we'll see you guys in a bit.
Okay, so let's think. So I randomized all 4 of your enemies and evolved them to the appropriate evolution level for the level they are. And so let's start with number 1, Trumbeak.
Ooh,
Come on
that's an
down.
interesting
Number
one.
number 2, it was a Wurmple, so I got to make a choice here.
So
Because it
Kuna
would
does
literally
off.
I'm
evolve.
guessing no. It's go. I'll probably just gonna choose
Yes,
fly.
Yeah,
I prefer Beautifly, but with a normal flying type on the field.
yeah, I
You know
chose
what I
normal
mean?
models. Yeah.
Fair.
Now, the most powerful Pokemon of the 4.
Oh no, Phalanx.
Phalanx,
That's gonna have
I'm
of
5
course,
strike.
because of no retreat.
Then, last but not least, this one may look familiar to one of you. One
Oh.
of these people has a pony.
Oh my.
Oh, good God.
One of these people has a pony.
It's a My Little Ponyta.
Yeah. By the way, I started the Phalanx very carefully. I will say this, okay?
Med, what is Galarian Ponyta weak to?
It's just psychic.
Right? Yeah, it's just psychic. So Ghost, Dark, Eric, and
Dark, you say?
Fire.
Ghost,
Looking
Dark
at
you
and
the
Fog.
say?
Yeah, as I mentioned, I fully randomized these guys. So
Um,
have fun.
before
Not
we
with me.
oh, the initiative got wiped. I just typed. I'll fix it.
Oh, yes. I guess I probably should put that in.
I'm typing some right now, but I'm gonna copy it so if it gets deleted, I'll just put it back in.
we've been posed in chat
Like,
saying if we put our initiatives in chat, we can just have one person put them all in
like
the
if
notebook.
you're already typing, Med, go ahead. I already have the stuff typed.
Oh,
But if
okay.
you want, I can also just put in.
Uh,
Also, can we place our Pokemon anywhere, like up to the line?
Yep.
Let me do a what's the ruler
So
right here? I have a movement of 8.
well we can go anywhere within the line, but
Yeah,
to the line.
up to the line. Yeah.
Um
Yeah, I'm gonna
is
come
there
over here and hang out
anything
with
that's
Spender.
weak?
I'm gonna move
Oh, I'm
Trumbeak
going,
a
wait,
little
is there
bit.
any wait, okay. Well, hmm. Hey, Weeping. How do you feel
Yes,
about a combo up my attack and I feint attack the pony?
that could work. But that's one though. I will be using one thing. B if one of them moves in my reach, I will usually fake out if one of them moves close enough to me.
Mhm.
But
You're
but
you're
I'm
you're
going
over
second
there.
after Flare. What's a Varus's speed and rubies?
Okay.
oh.
No, it's just our
What's the
Pokemon.
range? Weeping,
No, we
what's
can
the range on Swagger?
6.
Okay.
Well,
So
if you're
basically as
wondering
long as
my
I'm within
character,
6 meters of you, it's cool.
Varus is 10 for speed.
Ruby's 14.
Is there anything here weak to psychic?
Phalanx.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh.
Because
Okay.
I've got 2 psychic type moves and a dark type move, and as well as, copycat and tackle and round.
Don, I
So I
have all
might.
of our stuff in. If you want to type yours out and maybe order them, or I can order them after you type your stuff out. Up to
Okay,
you.
I'll keep spinning near you. But I'll put it a little bit of a distance. So, we're not like on top of each other in case they have any AoE moves. But, I'm still nearby you.
Also, it does have the social keyword. I don't know if that matters to you.
I won't be able to do anything with it. Because social doesn't it's only if I have it's only stuff that Musa does.
See,
Hold
the
on,
reason
wait.
our trainers in there, Neo, is we can just re-up our training whenever we are. So I can bump my speed up to 24, but I'm not going to do that because I want it to be slower than Flare.
Fair.
Man, can you imagine if I were to get the ominous wind boost on the first turn? That would be crazy.
That's
okay,
a
their
point.
initiatives are in.
Wait, I just realized. I have two moves that are the exact same.
Okay,
Just
Donald,
one just with a
I'll
slightly
order them.
different DB. Because I have Psybeam and Confusion.
Med and Thriller and Poetar, you both share a thing, and Trumpy can obscure. So I guess Trumpy can obscure, roll a dice for you two.
Sure.
It's both. Okay, so first of all, this is for Trumpet Obscura. 17
13.
batted. Okay, Trumpets before Obscura, and
Nice.
now for Ponyta and Ruby. Ponyta's before Ruby. I got a 10.
All right.
I didn't make the Pokemon super fast this time. Okay, I could have.
Well, we appreciate
But
that you didn't. So we're,
B, we share initiative. I don't care who goes first, though.
okay. Oh, by we, who do you mean?
Me and you are trainers. Also,
Okay.
Dustox and Varys, roll, please.
Hold on.
I feel like the trainers sharing initiative between us two doesn't really matter.
Nah, we're fine.
I'll just say it's unlikely.
Uh,
Yeah, no,
You
I
two
lag.
are.
I
Oh,
hate that lag.
That's why I use the
Sorry.
bar. Usually, it lags too much for me.
I rolled a 19, so
You're still gonna beat me no matter what.
unless you had rolled a 20.
But it's unfortunately unlikely. I think I got everyone in. I'm just
Actually,
gonna call.
I want to see what would happen if I did roll it in the Yeah, you still would have gotten it.
Yeah.
Okay, I have it ordered. I just need to go to a different page and then close it. Can everybody see that order, please? See if it's
Yep.
updated. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this will be
Okay.
like the last thing that happens. We'll do the classes first.
That's fair.
And thus, we go to the combat school. We go to Pokemon Cobra Kai.
Okay, I'm gonna get it. Okay. I'm getting an order I'm doing things in, right?
No worries.
Because you guys might want different classes.
Mm-hmm.
We're more than likely going to want different classes.
Yeah.
Okay, I have your order. Um, so Neo, what kind of class would interest you? Would interest Varys?
Uh, a class that would encourage on learning more about Pokemon.
Okay,
Uh,
so
like type advantages. All that.
yeah, so what that is one of the more basic classes, but it's your choice because the type advantage class is one of the early classes people learn. But as you said, you guys were allowed to any class. So Orion basically gets one of the gods to lead you to that class. This is where you do see two kids you recognize sitting in that class. Um, with a Zora and a Hisuian Zora on their laps. Luna and Helio are in this class with you.
Well, long time no see, you two.
Hey, you taking classes at the school?
Uh, just for just for now.
Oh, cool. It's so cool you get into our class. We're learning about the types today and what's good against what types and stuff. I want to learn what ghost is good against. This is Luna. I want to learn what ghost is good against. I have a ghost type that I'd be allowed to use.
Huh. Funny that
I,
you say you have a ghost type. Because I have two ghost types now.
cool. And then Helio wants to about I want to learn what dark is good at, kind of thing.
Makes sense. They are rocking some
Yeah.
Zorua.
Yeah. So a teacher comes in. I do not have a name for a teacher. I'm sorry. Um.
Um, Professor Pizza Face.
Professor Type
No.
Advantage.
No. Professor Typhone.
Okay. Devon is just there, like, okay, class, time to learn about big, and pulls out the type chart. Like, you know how chemistry classrooms have the periodic table on the wall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Replace that with a type chart.
Oh God.
All right, take a
Is
picture
it
of this
with?
chart.
Is
Class
it with?
dismissed.
Is it with the arrows or like?
No, it's the one. It's the grid.
Okay. Okay.
It's the grid section. And it's like, and so the teacher starts going over what's good against what, and it's like, did you know that there is only two types that are super effective against themselves? Can anyone name those two types?
Uh, that would be ghosts and dragon, correct?
Yes, thank you. And like class goes on like this, right? Talking about interesting, like, you know what I mean, right? Interesting interactions between types and all that kind of stuff. And so that, sorry, there isn't much. I don't know what to do much with the classes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I'm like, I'm not gonna go over the whole type chart. I'm like, I'll do an interesting question or two, but I'm not gonna go over the whole type chart, right? And but it's like, and also for a little bit of a bit more in depth and a bit of things to think about in your own time, and also homework for our normal students. Please think about how dual types affect the type chart and how one type being paired with another can affect what Pokemon is weak and strong against. Because monotype Pokemon are quite rare compared to dual type, as there's a lot more combinations. So, and you will find that a lot more trainers use dual types for more variety. So it's always good to be able to figure out what a Pokemon is weak or strong against by their types. Like, for example, take let me use my random Pokemon generator. Give me a second.
Random Pokemon Gender gives you a monotype.
Okay,
What are the
it did.
chances it?
What? Take take Golurk for example, who is, I know I'm pretty sure it's rock ghost, right?
Ghost Ground.
Like no, ground ghost
Ghost ground, yeah.
is a ground ghost type. Can anyone tell me, because it is a ground ghost type, what Golurk would be weak against?
Uh, dark, ghost, water, grass, and ice.
Yes, that is correct. See, the combinations of the weaknesses combined to like make Golurk's weaknesses because of both types combining. So yes, but this also works with resistances. Like fun fact, Golurk has a quad resistance to poison.
Oh yeah, because of the ghost ground.
Yep. So that is how we need to think about dual types in our equations for the type chart. As a type chart with every single type combination would be a bit hard to fit on a poster.
Yeah, that's
Class
right, everyone.
dismissed.
You thought it was a normal Pokemon class? Nah, this is math class, bitch.
Oh god.
Class dismissed. And next is going to be B.
Yes,
Or you
I
said.
was looking. Yes, taking the class that's based on buffing and debuffing Pokemon.
Yeah. And so you go into class. I'm going to call the teacher Professor What's Its Face. I'm done. So you got Professor What's Its Face. He's just like, okay, class. Today we're going to be learning about buffing and debuffing your Pokemon. There is different ways you can do this through items, moves, and even trainers may have certain abilities. Can anyone name a trainer class that might have the ability to buff their Pokemon?
Dancer, kind of. She falters a little bit. Like she says dancer very excitedly, falters a little bit, realizes kind of, but musician's great too. Musician.
These are some good examples, honestly, and there are many other classes that do that, depending on what you choose to do. There is buffing Pokemon in battle, and there is buffing Pokemon out of battle. We are talking about more in battle buffs here, as out of battle buffs are more to do with the raising of the Pokemon, which isn't the speciality of this school. But, for example, if I wanted, if I wanted to raise my Pokemon's attack and speed in one go, could anyone give me a way to do that?
Raise attack and speed in one go.
Yep.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, it might involve a certain dance.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to, I don't know all the dances off the top of my head. That's the
Or
thing.
think of spend the combo.
Well, there's the
Well,
combo, but
that's
also, perhaps if you were a fire breathing lizard who could do a certain dance.
that doesn't help me when I don't know all the dance moves. Wait, hold on. I don't know
Right.
why I'm going. I don't know all of them. I can look them up because
So,
I have a whole list of the
it's Dragon Dance.
oh dragon dance. I
Yes, that
think.
is correct. Dragon Dance can boost both attack and speed by using it during one turn. It does mean your Pokemon cannot attack that turn, but sometimes getting that little boost might make your Pokemon go earlier in that round, making you be able to get an attack off before your opponent, or might even make it so your attack is strong enough to take it down next time. And it also can help when there is multiple Pokemon in field or it's a multiple Pokemon battle where Pokemon switching is allowed. Right? Because if it is, then as long as you don't switch out your Pokemon, the buff stays until your Pokemon faints. So so it can help you against multiple Pokemon and not just one in certain battles. Another way to buff Pokemon, as I mentioned, is items. Some items just buff certain types of moves. Some items buff certain stats. Some have drawbacks though, and some items. Honestly, there's some items that don't have many uses as well. But every item has a use somewhere at least. But for example, there is a gem. The gems give a boost once one time of a move of that type. Give it a boost to damage, which could get you off a strong move and be enough to take down a Pokemon if you use it. Which is an example of item boosting. And we have met one of our students has mentioned some of the classes that can use their own trainers to boost the stuff. And something that is available to everyone, not just classes that can boost your Pokemon, is training. So remember, train your Pokemon, work with them every day as much as you can. Obviously, do other stuff as well. Life is important, right? But it's still important to make sure that you work your best to be the best you can be. And the best you can be doesn't always mean the strongest. You find your goal with your Pokemon and you work together and you make that goal a reality. And boosting your Pokemon is always a good way to start. Class dismissed. I'm like, I think I did pretty good with that lesson.
You did
Mhm.
good.
That's pretty great.
Okay, Weepin.
I just want to go on one when a battle is unfavorable and when is it worth taking damage to temporary retreat. Yeah, I'm bad
Okay,
about that.
Professor, I'm not even going to give a name at this point. Just looks like so. Welcome to the class about tactical retreating and also and when to know when a battle is safe. Sometimes a Pokemon is too strong for you, and you may realize that it may not be the best battle. This doesn't often happen as much in trainer battles, but it can. And in trainer battles, you mostly just need to communicate with the other trainer. In other times, there is certain moves that may help you move away more or if not, you may be able to take a chance to move away, but you always have the risk of being attacked back as you're moving away. You need to understand the risks and the rewards of this situation. So let's say, and also another thing is, sometimes retreating from a battle fully isn't what you want to do. If you have a bad match, what is a alternative from to fully retreating from a battle? Anyone have an answer?
Maybe swapping out Pokemon to something that
Yes,
has a better one. Maybe it's on a quick
yes,
switch.
yes. That is very good for, especially for a type advantage. Of course, your opponent can do that as well, but then you don't really get anywhere. And also, can depending on the person, it can take a turn to do it. So it may not always be the best idea because then your Pokemon are just getting damaged slowly, and that puts you on the down foot. But sometimes you realise that you don't have a Pokemon equipped to fight something. And so, in a wild battle, your best bet is to run. And if sadly the run, it's that your Pokemon may get hit, and if they do, hopefully it isn't strong enough. But if they don't, then you can get away pretty safely. But you will want to get pretty far if you do that. There is also the idea of ranges with moves. Not all moves you have to be up and close to, so getting away could be a lot easier if, let's say, you had a bubble beam, realized it did barely anything, and you just wanted to go because you had a bunch of water types, and this Pokemon was too strong and was not and was resistant to water types. Can't think of many questions for this one,
That's fair.
but like that is the main things. Like, so class dismissed, and then last but not least, Med.
Ooh, man.
Yes, I am definitely going to uh, the classes on more in depth uses of items.
So, hello class, welcome. We're going to be talking about items today. Now, items can do a bunch of stuff. From buffing your Pokemon to healing your Pokemon to... They can do more stuff. They can do more stuff. My brain just is fully blanking. Some items even have abilities that are outside of battle. Can anyone give me an a example of an item that is useful outside of battle?
Oh, like a evolution stone?
Yes, but those aren't as much a held item. But that is a correct answer. Other ones are stuff like the incenses, right?
Oh.
The incenses, while can be used as held items in battle, are mainly used to breed to get baby Pokemon specifically.
Oh, one of my friends is kind of getting into that.
Oh, that is interesting. Incenses can be a very important part of that. If you specifically want to get the baby Pokemon for a reason or another. Baby Pokemon can be strong if you train them right. So yes, but evolutionary stones are an outer battle item, so that also works. Um, so as I mentioned, there's a couple other categories. Ones that can buff. You're looking at your well, insert what I said about buffing items previously, right? So I don't have to list all of them again. And then you have items that can heal. Now these can range from items that you yourself use on a Pokemon, your um like your potions, your full restores, your revives, to leftovers. There is even a type that has its own specific healing item. Does anyone know what type or what item that may be?
Oh, I've seen some of the bikers by Slateport use this. You're talking about the black sludge.
Yep. Yes, which only heals poison types. So that is an item that if because you always have to be aware that Pokemon can steal items from you, so any weapon you have can be used against you,
The good thing about the
right?
black sludge is that if it's held by a non-poison type, it'll actually do damage to it.
Okay, so I don't actually know if that is in PTU.
Well,
That
Black Sludge
is.
is in it.
No, I don't know if the do damage back is in.
No, I don't. I'm pretty sure it's what it was. I think
Okay.
you can check the whatever sheets I sent you. Uh,
It's
I
not on
had
the
it.
sheet, but it might be in the item dex that it says that. It doesn't say it on the sheet.
It's a digestion. No, it doesn't say it. It says recover
Yeah.
1/8 of max hit points for the beginning of each turn for the rest of the encounter.
I thought it did.
oh, that's
I just
weird.
put it in my sheet. It's a digestion item for some reason. Eat
Yeah,
your
because
tasty, tasty sluds.
yeah, but that is an example. Another thing that can be used, and is also an interesting one to say the least, is honey.
I just kind of opened my bag to reveal the 4 jars of honey that I have.
It's a small healing item, but it heals 5 HP when in a pickle in a battle. But it is only one use. So it's more of a I don't have anything else to heal you kind of item. I'll give you this just in case. That a okay, here is your tactical healing item.
I sort of like I feel I imagine that I get like a weird look from one of the students as they see like 4 jars of honey, and I'm just like, Connie likes to find things sometimes.
Good. Yeah. So those are some items to look at. There's also kind a set of interesting items. Um, but there are a set of interesting items as well, and that aren't held items. Stuff like your apricorns can be those crafting kits that will help you make stuff to help your Pokemon, and also the flutes, which can help heal your Pokemon with conditions, or maybe um, even lure or make Pokemon run away. The flutes are very rare items though, and I don't expect you to come across them at any time. But those are a bunch of different items. Can anyone give me an example of an item that, other than the evolution stones, that don't have any use to Pokemon directly, but maybe a trainer's way of helping a Pokemon or helping them better become a trainer to train their Pokemon in the future?
Oh, are you referring to stuff like the power bracers?
No, more stuff like crafting sets or like trainer items.
Oh, I have a Pokeball crafting kit.
Yeah, see, a Pokemon crafting kit which can help you catch Pokemon to train. That is a way that works. That is one that would be example. Another one is a berry planter that can help you grow berries that will eventually become digestion items for your Pokemon that can help. It can also grow herbs.
Oh, you mean like this Lumberry? And I just kind of pull this out. I've never had it before. She just kind of has it now.
She pulls out
Yeah,
of her
like one of
hair pocket.
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah, one of those. Lumberries are actually a bit more of a rarer berry. It's a strong berry as well. That's what I would save to use at a good time.
Oh, I just sort of found it in the bleak expanse. But okay.
So yeah, with that covered, that will sum up our lesson for today. Class dismissed. And so you have each done your lessons, you've learned a little bit about it. Like, you know what I mean? seen
Yes.
a bit of what one of the schools is about.
We sort of meet up in the foyer, and I'm just like, so it turns out I might have like just accidentally found like a super rare berry.
Oh, nice. I don't think I can grow those yet, so I can't help you get more of them. I'm sorry. I'm kind of growing on some apricorns.
Ooh, I learned about those. Yeah, they're good. You can turn them into like really cool Pokeballs. I can only make the basics right now, but maybe later.
Fair. Until then, I can always make some for you.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Like
Uh,
we all have different.
well,
Oh,
sorry. While this is happening, you kind of catch something out of the corner of your eye. Someone leaning against the wall in the corner, just kind of looking around.
Do they look shady?
anybody else getting
Not,
creepo vibes?
no, they don't really look shady to say much. Like, you know what? Give me a like perception on like how much detail you can see about this guy.
1 second. That is. Where's my
Hold on,
perception?
I need to check my
4d6.
perception.
Mine is 3d6 for perception.
Um,
I was like,
I'm gonna re-roll that because with my skill monkey.
Uh,
I have a 2d6. Let's see how this goes.
13. It's two better than my old one, and I got 2 1s and a 6.
That's a 6 on
You
And
hold
got
on,
you
hold
roll
on.
Two-to-six.
perception.
I have not rolled yet. Sometimes I get freaked out by my own dual monitor setup.
no worries. But I like how I rolled 2 1s and a 6 plus a 3. But 13 for me. May I got a 10.
I did get a
Okay,
10.
so Neo and B, you don't notice much about this guy. Light hair, a blue outfit, like basic guy, like taller than you got, taller than like quite tall to say the least. Like you can notice that whipping in bed though, you can notice that this guy's almost looking for someone. The guy looks tired to say the least.
Hmm.
Like there is tired, and then there is the level of pure exhaustion.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna approach them and see if they're okay.
It's like, oh, I didn't see you there. Hello?
Hi, I'm Igneous. Nice to meet you. Are you
Nice to meet
okay?
you.
You seem a bit exhausted.
Yeah, just a lot going on. I'm looking for Orion, the Guardian.
Oh, well, we met Orion recently. We had to meet them through some of the guards around town, though.
Oh, are you the kid Professor Cypress? Are you the kids like in quotation marks Professor Cypress told me about?
Yes, more than likely, Professor Cypress helped us start our journey and gave us a crest.
Yeah, I'm one of the other Guardians.
Oh, may may I have your name, please?
Reef.
Oh, we
Oh,
were
This guy
Orion's
talking
can
mentioned
just
about.
catch so
you.
many
Reef.
Pokeballs and has a Ranger stylus on the
Oh,
hip. This is a Pokemon Ranger.
yeah, I believe Orion mentioned you. It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. I'm a Pokemon Ranger, not a trainer like most people who come here.
I have mad respect for Pokemon Rangers. They help out so much for humans and Pokemon both.
Yeah.
What are you doing all the way over here, though?
Ryan messaged me that there was a lead or something.
Oh, yeah, we
Oh,
sent a bunch of birds out, and we found out that the power plant is an evil person base.
Oh, yeah, that might have been why Melinda got a message. Yeah. And then you hear Orion yell from up thing, "Hey, surfer dude!" So out of character, remember how I said it will have group chat nicknames?
Yeah.
We found another.
I
Literally Surfer Dude, aka Reef.
Sufferdude is the Manaphy and Fiona Guardian, right?
Yep.
Well, I'm
Happy
sorry to hear
being
what happened to them. We'll promise we'll help find them. We don't want any Pokemon to be harmed.
Thank you, I do appreciate it. I just wanted to hear about the lead. I've been searching non-stop. It's been a month, and let's just say I'm glad. I'm glad Caldio managed to talk to Lugia and Lugia and help Lugia keep the oceans in check. But it's not the best without Manaphy and Fiona.
Hey, you gotta make sure that you get yourself some rest as well. I know that you want to help, but you know, you're not gonna be much help if you're, passing out on the train ride.
Yeah, I almost fell asleep on top of one of my Pokemon on the way here. Out of character, trying to remember water flying types that isn't Pelipper, because I don't think a person could fit on top of a Pelipper.
It's always the mouth. It's a seat.
I mean, I was gonna say the only other one I can think of is Swanna, and that's not much better.
Mantine, but
Yeah, man.
that's more of across water, and then
It
you
can
have to
fly.
obviously
Like it's flight in the show. It's fun show.
fair. I think
Gyarados
Gyarados is a water flying
that
type.
can fly and lives in Arceus. You can catch a flying one.
hey, I came over here on Gyarados, by the way.
Okay, now that's a cool way to get around. I'm not gonna lie.
It just sends out a Wingull. This one doesn't feel like it will ever be big enough to carry me.
Yeah, probably not. But you know what, buddy? You're doing your best.
It just looks at you and gives you like a friendly peck. You know what I mean?
You can see like the her missing home, like it's a cross between like, oh, this is so sweet, and like slight heartbreaking.
I'm gonna go pat Ruby on the back and try and comfort her some.
Musa's gonna kind of, put her arm around Ruby's shoulders.
Where I come from is a very sweet old man, and he has a Pelipper, and I sort of pokey sit the Pelipper on occasions, when I don't have shifts. I just hope that they're doing
Oh,
okay.
hopefully they should be. Sadly, we don't have easy ways to contact other worlds, so I would try and check on them, but
No, it's
we've only used it
understandable.
in emergencies.
It's understandable. Don't worry. I've already time traveled. Well, I haven't time traveled, but I was kind of around when a time travel happened. So I know that desperate times are calling for desperate measures right now.
We sent a phone back in time.
We did do that, yes.
Interesting. I'm, I'm guessing from your chat you had with Zoe. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't think we've really done pretty much anything normal since we've gotten here.
I have my backpack full of
Remember,
shoes for a reason.
give me a second. Um, Ruth just quickly just texted Annabelle. Was like, "Is this one of yours?" That's all.
I may bug Annabelle from time to time. I live near the gym in a nearby town.
Oh, that makes sense. Like, yeah. Also, yeah. Ruth does get a text back just saying yes. Like, this is one of Annabelle's. Basically.
It's one of yours. I love that.
Is this one of yours? I just imagine the look of like, shit. All right, well,
So,
What
I'm
did they do?
guessing.
What did you do now?
So, by the looks of you, I'm seeing basically the epitome of Viola's prize pupil.
I guess.
Like basically giving the vibes of who you would be like.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if it, um, I painted Annabelle's butt. Um, I think you would get along pretty well with Lila, if anything. That's looking at Ruby.
Oh,
Lila has, or at least had, the same happy-go-lucky attitude that your
oh yeah,
vibes
we
gave of
vibed
her.
really well during the Pokemon contest until we really didn't. But then, like,
And
that was
you,
fine.
looking at Varys, just thinking,
Uh,
honestly, I feel like if you did well in any place here, it'd probably have been here.
really?
Yeah, this is. I can see a strong battler in you, or at least become one day. I can see potential.
Oh, thank
Reef goes off to have like a meeting with Orion to go like handle details and stuff and discuss next steps and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like, am I the only one who's just kind of like, I don't know, disappointed by the school? Like, I got told like everybody here's like a super cool battler, and it's like I haven't really seen that.
We could always go ask a teacher for an exhibition match.
Then you hear something like, well, I'm the best battler in the school. You want to try me?
Sure, mysterious person.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, really, it's either your ego actually has something to back it up, or you look like a dummy to the people who are going to save the world. So,
you.
My God.
regardless,
There's four of you. Let me grab three of my friends.
Sounds good.
I just very very quietly whisper to the rest of the group. Anybody else surprised he's got 3 friends?
I'm surprised he can count to 3.
I'm surprised he has friends.
What's going on right now?
I have no clue.
Dia would be proud of you guys. I'm just gonna tell you that.
I don't do well with
If
ego.
Dia, if Dia can hear it, Dia doesn't either. Is the funny thing. There is a Dia sussed out egotistical people. That's kind of what Dia does. And so, if Dia could hear this, Dia would be 100% proud of you.
Like, think about it. He could have been like, "Oh, I'd be proud. I'd be happy to show you the prowess of the trainers here at, fucking Cobra Kai Academy or whatever the hell they are."
Yeah, but the thing is, if he didn't act the way he did, we would have an impression.
Yeah, exactly. Like, shit, buddy. You want to whip it out and see whose is bigger? Let's do it.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go to the playing field outside. Playing field. You know what I mean.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, we know what you mean.
Battlefield. Okay.
Let's go over to the
And so,
foosball table.
insert what teacher did I act? Professor Typhon is the one who's doing the match because it's the only one I actually gave a name.
There was what's his face.
Professor
Oh.
Ref R.E.
Oh my.
Oh.
No, Professor Rossi for.
Oh,
Sorry,
One
what
sec.
was that? I think we cut you off.
I'm thinking.
See, I
Baby,
try not
since-
to do that.
Baby, since I go second, I am gonna do the plan.
Okay.
Because I'll still be able to fake out same moves next to me.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
priority.
And then, just as Professor Typhon decides to think, you see a bird in the sky.
Oh.
Dive bombing down towards you guys.
Oh.
Okay.
Does it seem like it's going for any of us in particular, or is it big enough to go through all
attacking
four
you
of us?
guys. It's not attacking you guys.
Uh,
Why do I have a feeling this might be Annabelle showing up? Did I call
Why
it?
do
Stand
why
your
do I think
ground.
you might be right?
Because we know Annabelle's children are at the school.
Yeah. Actually, I did have a class with them.
Oh, oh, that's cool. Oh, I've been reading up more about those Zoroarks. They have a wicked nasty ability.
Typhon looks at the bird and is just like, did you know that nose diving through the sky is not an appropriate way to pick up your children?
Me
It's
usually picks them up. Excuse me? Nate's busy. Someone might have burned down one of the classrooms again.
So I had to deal with the insane one of the married couple. Well,
Oh.
right.
Also, has anyone thrown a shoe at Igneous yet?
Can if you want to.
I'm just no. Igneous just pulls out a shoe and throws it at themselves.
Wait, how's that even possible?
Throw it straight up in the air and just look up at it. I
I'm
learned
just
well
like,
from you teens.
what in the abuela is going
It
on
is.
here?
I agree. Also,
Also,
Ruby,
hi everybody. Sorry about that.
Hi, Annabelle.
Hi, Annabelle.
Hey, Annabelle, we're about
Ruby,
to put
just-
a whooping on a couple of guys.
Ruby,
Also, I
just
think
look.
the bird got distracted by something. That's what happened.
Ah,
Oh.
Well, and then Professor, well, since you are here, I could go and have a break if you want to supervise this battle. You're technically legally allowed. You're a gym leader and guardian.
Fair. Hey, do you know if Orin and Reed are doing okay?
They're having a meeting upstairs. Reef got here. Talk to those guys, by the way. You saw it. Orion told me to tell you if I saw you. You saw the new stuff that has been doesn't know what's going on, but knows that's the message needs to pass on vaguely. You saw the new stuff.
Hey, will you let them know that I'll join them after this?
Okay, I will pass on that message. And Professor Typhon leaves. And now Annabelle is refereeing this match.
Oh no.
oh god.
Well,
So
I'm not going to show any favoritism. Just let all of you know.
And then you just see his smirk. So do we want to send out our Pokemon?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
this will be a good time
And-
to test out our Pokemon that have recently changed.
And the guy smirks. It's like, you know what? I'll bring out one of my strongest. And this is the guy that sends out Phalanx.
I feel like there is a pregnant pause before Ruby just goes, so compensating?
Emma's trying to hold back her laughter.
Phalanx is also technically 6.1 and 1.
Why do I feel like Annabelle's sending all the sass back to Dia just because Dia would enjoy it?
Also,
I mean, she
looks
is
like-
a cheerleader. Sometimes cheerleaders do smear campaigns too.
also looks like Phalanx is the large Pokemon.
I couldn't really center it any better.
That's fine, Don.
Yes. So and then because it wouldn't go like it won't go. Oh, there, done it. Okay, did it. And then test. Is my mic still working?
Yes.
Yeah, you're good.
Yes.
Yes.
I got the headphone notification. That's why I was checking. Okay. And then the other three people send out Dustox, Drumbeak, and Galarian Ponyta.
You got a pony too?
And the girl just looks like, yes, I have a pony. Her name is Trixie.
Of course, Don.
Okay, I
It was a
understand
fast
that
one
I'm
that popped
probably
right
like shit talking your friend a lot, and I apologize for that. But I think me and you have to be friends.
It's okay, he's an idiot.
Oh, okay, fair.
I don't even come from this town. I'm one of the
Well,
visiting students.
Oh, okay. So like you're just kind of here. You're here for the vibes.
Yeah.
Let's go. And I guess I will start out by calling out Obscura, and
Oh,
for a moment the light almost seems to dim in the room as it's like almost a Vanta Black sort of light absorption as Lampent is sent out and then once again shines its light to make everything just, normal.
If any of you guys want to do an introduction to any of your Pokemon,
come on out, Blair.
Go Loki. Try not to steal anyone's wallet again.
I will say I didn't give these guys held items because Brain just, even though this is a
No,
Pokemon sport, I probably should have. I probably would give them like just simple stuff.
it's fine. So Pickpocket won't do
you'll
anything.
watch.
That's
She'll kind
fine.
of watch everybody else send out their Pokemon. You'll see her like you'll see like the kind of calculations go in her head, and then she kind of goes in her head, and then looks kind of not like at her actual Pokeballs, like not like she kind of like looks towards like where her Pokeballs are like on her belt or whatever, and then she'll kind of you could see she's trying to decide what to use. It's clear on her mind, and then she takes a Pokeball out, and she says, come back out, because like I said, normally her Pokemon are all out, so she says, come back out, come back out, Spinda.
I thought I was
And
gonna
then
pull
you see her little Spinda kind of as the Pokeball bounces back and she catches it, kind of wobbles a little bit till it gets its footing. The way Spindas are, they're still like it's still kind of like moving in circles, like it's dizzy, but it doesn't look like it's about to fall over, like you were scared it might have when it first came out of its Pokeball. And she throws it when she threw out her Pokeball. She threw it, where it is, where it's not far from Morgrim.
So now everyone's thing is set up. We can do the turn order.
Flair.
All right, Flare is going to move here.
Is Flair medium or is it? It should be normal. I'd say.
It's medium size.
That's
Technically,
medium. That is
technically,
medium. Medium is what Dustox is.
yeah.
Small and medium are pretty much the same thing. It's just large where it's different.
It's Flare's going to move here, and then it's going to turn its attention to the Dustox and
Excuse
use
me? What you doing?
and it's going to use Fire Spin on it.
Excuse me, that's very rude. Oh, Ted.
But sure.
Oh, you're using the
Oh,
blight, right?
Yeah,
they lag otherwise.
there's a 4 hit.
Yep.
So what does that mean? It's trapped by a vortex. Does it take a tick of health
It-
every turn?
It'll take a damage, and then they roll. If first roll requires a 20, if and then it'll start getting lower and lower until the point that it can get released.
Yeah, it goes down by the DC goes down by 6 every time.
Yep.
It is also
Okay.
considered slowed and trapped.
So it
And
can't move.
yeah, so it won't be able to move. Yes.
Now you
So
just
it's
roll the
slowed.
damage, I guess.
So it can move, but it moves slower, and trapped means it
Whoa.
can't be recalled.
Okay, I was worried about that.
Wait a second.
That's should be a DB6. It's advantage? Wait,
2d6 plus 8 plus 10. 26 special fire damage to the dust ox.
Okay, I'm gonna do this. This isn't Aqua Ring, but it's gonna appear like Aqua Ring, you know what I mean?
Fair.
Mhm.
Just because there is no fire spin and Aqua Ring's the closest I can do. It's being a pain in the butt, I apologise.
that's fine.
It's not even working.
One
Okay,
sec.
26. Okay, let me do the math. You can't kill a Dustox in one turn.
You
Sure
sure
enough.
about this?
Probably not with that.
Are you
Also,
sure
Yeah.
about that?
I forget. Can allies have the move auto like choose to fill a AC? I forget.
Yeah, you did a decent amount of damage, but not that much. I said no.
Okay, that's fine. It's not a bad AC.
Okay, Loki.
Okay, I'm gonna look towards Spinda. Loki's gonna look towards Spinda and wave, and then swagger it. It's an AC of 3
Like,
because
it's
I took.
gonna wave back.
It's an AC of 3 because I took accuracy training, so it's no longer a DC of 4.
Okay.
Oh, did we establish, by the way, if you could elect to get hit by a move?
Dawn just said
I
no.
said no,
Okay.
based on what I've seen people
Uh,
do. That's the
That's
reason.
fine, that hits.
14. So up its attack by 2, and it's now confused.
Yay! Ben has been confused.
And it has
So
2
as
attack
that,
spaces.
it kind of watches the way that, Morgrim swaggers however it does, And then you kind of see it tilts its head the way almost identical to the way Musa does when she's thinking. Except its head kind of, in the way it's always dizzy. It kind of tilts its head and it almost goes too far. It catches itself before it falls. But, it seems to be spinning a little bit more little bit more confused than before.
And now I think it's
Anyway.
Trumbeak's turn.
Yep.
Hello. Did you know you look tasty?
Oh no.
What is
Does
it?
a 7 hit?
Yes.
Okay, it's not too bad, I promise you.
Are they getting plugged?
Yes. It doesn't
Neil,
still leftovers.
because that's a digestion item, not a held item.
That's 32 physical flying.
That's not terrible. That could be worse.
Oh. Okay, so flares down to 50 now.
Yeah, but you'll heal, luckily. Next up, it's Obscura. Go Obscura!
Go Obscura. Okay, let's take a look at you. And I think Obscura is just going to stay where it is. And we're going to go for an ominous wind on...
Ooh.
I don't like ominous things. That's very rude.
This wind is about to get so ominous.
Also, look, I can make it do a little bouncy dance.
Oh, yay! It gets to dance before it dies. That is a 4 to hit.
Yes.
Luckily, obviously, no, every stat boost. But we'll just color tint that to red. There we go. And that is going to be 19 and 25 is 44 special ghost.
Oh my.
Oh
Okay, you may have
my.
just one-shot a Pokemon and I don't like that.
Oh
no.
god.
Bye to the pony, bye to Trixie.
Hmm.
Oh, seven's the chat for the pony.
Oh, seven's in the chat for the pony.
No, the pony.
Pony got defeated.
Oh no.
As the lampet just goes up, um, it just like speaks into its mind as it says, "Only one who wields the pony shall survive." And it just,
The girl just looks at you sadly like, my pony.
oh, sorry about that. Uh, first time test drive.
Now it's
Test drive.
Ruby's turn.
Ruby's turn. Ruby is going to up her training.
And then it's the one to be afraid of, failings.
Okay. Hello.
Oh no.
Hello.
Darkness, my old friend.
Ah. I'm gonna vote it. The trainer saw what you did, and since there literally was just a class about buffs. Hey, does a 10 hit?
Oh, does a 10 hit me? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately. Let's see. Here's the thing though. With this, because weeping, you realize with your thing, even if you miss, you just my evasion just gets just gets buffed.
Yep.
31 physical fighting.
Oh, great. Okay. Think I'm okay though.
I'm curious about what attack you used.
Ooh, I
Rock
might not
smash.
be.
Yeah.
I might not be okay. Hold on.
Oh
Spinda
no.
Spinda might be looking a bit might be looking a bit injured here.
I
Hold
do
on.
promise I built this pretty fairly, okay?
Okay,
I've
I'll
got
come.
that
Okay.
type of attack.
Hey, I
I'll
just
come
one
You said
help.
shot in one of your mines. You're
31.
fine.
You said it's what 31 physical?
Physical fighting.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
okay. Ooh.
I'm assuming you didn't roll high enough to lower the defense.
No, I didn't roll high
Oh.
enough to lower defense.
Oh my goodness, wait. Ah. Ah. Oh, I love this.
What did you live on?
No, I'm fine. Spinda's fine.
Oh. Even with a super effective move?
Do you want me to tell you what just happened and why I'm going, oh, okay, I'll take this?
Sure.
Do you guys want to know what just happened? So it's you
Sure.
said it's a 31, right? 31
Yeah.
physical. So my
Yeah.
physical defense is a 15. So 31
Oh
minus
my.
15 is 16
That's 32
times
points of damage.
1.5
Well, no, that's
because of
yeah,
super
right.
effective. That makes it 24. It still did less damage.
Oh god.
Nice.
That's
I was thinking,
wild.
I was thinking double for
I
some reason.
Yo, you don't know
Okay.
nothing about Spinda.
Uh,
Spinda
it's
chunky and
Spinda's
funky.
turn.
It is literally Spinda's turn.
know. Uh-huh.
I
Spinda's
think you're about to get
fine. Oh my
punched.
goodness.
Spinda's about to become Super Saiyan.
Hold on, don't you need to see if Spin takes
No, I don't. No, I
They have an
don't. It's just
ability.
strange tempo while confused. The user may choose to either, as a free action, not roll for confusion, instead act normally, or take my like standard action and cure themselves of confusion and gain +2 combat stages to the stat of their choice. So if I choose to take the bonus, I would lose my ability to attack. So I'm not gonna do that because I've got this dude on top of me now. It's fine. I'm gonna feint attack this stupid caterpillar. I don't know if
although
that's
it
a good
won't
idea,
Who's
though. Is
calling?
that a good
no
idea?
Wait, who's calling? Sorry.
Is that a good? Oh,
B
wait, hold on.
B
Huh?
Phalanx is a fighting type. You're using a dark type move.
You do realize is that what is it immune or
It
Mind
It'll be
hates.
resistant.
Yeah.
okay resistant?
Resistant.
Okay, then instead of doing that,
Remember, you can't do that yet. We already called out the move.
oh okay,
Well, it's still
fine.
a +2
The
attack
fact I don't know
space.
Pokemon is fine. I'll do faint attack. It's
I was gonna say I think that's up to Dawn, but yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry
So
about that.
the only thing is, the only thing I was slightly about is like, would Phalanx be a Pokemon Varus would know to be able to call that out?
No,
That's the only thing.
no, I was
Sorry
just
about
saying
that
it out
also
of
too.
character. I was just
It's
saying it
fine.
out
I'll
of
stick with
character,
Feint
but
Attack. It's fine. I can't
yeah.
even miss anyway.
Sorry about that,
Yeah.
Dawn too.
You're
Sorry.
still 2 attack stages up, but you'll still do a good bit.
Yeah, well, it's went from 12. It went up from 12 to a 16. Um. Uh. mm, Well, I'll roll a crit because it can't miss.
Yeah.
So 16 doesn't crit, unfortunately. 2d8. 2d8. Yeah, no, yeah. 2d6 plus 8. Because I even asked beforehand if I should use what was weak to psychic. Y'all said phalanx, and then I still went with freaking dark type.
It
Anyway,
happened.
You're
Like,
good.
it's
we all
fine.
make mistakes.
13. So wait, I didn't add my. Why did it plus 8? I don't even. Oh yeah, okay. So that's the base attack. So then 13 plus 16 is 29. 29 physical dark.
Um, sorry, 29 or 39, and also responsible
29.
bonus. 29.
29.
Okay. Okay. Minus physical defense. I hate that. It didn't do much, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I
Whenever
didn't
it's
think it
my
would.
turn, I'll come help B.
Yeah.
Why I
Neo, the thing,
realized
it
the
isn't
immediate
about.
annoyance.
Sorry.
No,
It isn't
just
about.
continue. It's fine.
No, I want to explain to Neo what.
I know what you're going to say. It isn't about what Varus knows. It's
No,
a
it
thing.
isn't about type of dodges as much as have you seen this Pokemon before? Would you know what type it is? You could guess it was a fighting type, actually, to be fair, because it used the fighting type move, but Rock Smash is a common move. That's what I mean by that. Is this a Pokemon you would have seen? I don't think you've encountered Phalanx in this region and you're from Unova and Phalanx is a Galar Pokemon, so it's unlikely. It's more what I meant,
We
right?
sort of have also established that we can use our knowledge as people. You were just like, hey, if you don't know this, don't look it up.
Oh. It's like, brains like, because people run it two different ways, and I'm just
Yeah,
like,
fair.
that's why I'm trying to.
It's fine, Don.
You are good.
It's Muse's turn.
It's Musa's turn. Musa's
Go,
just gonna up
Musa.
her. Musa's gonna use her training on Spinda.
Then it's Igneous's.
You said we can't use orders. Can I heal a Pokemon?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, okay, I want to ask Musa this. Would you rather me heal it 20 or use a X attack on it?
She'll kind of look because she knows. Yes, she's got this apparently a fighting capability of this caterpillar on her, but Spinda, I don't know how like compared to what it could do, how high that damage could have been, basically, with the rock smash. Like, how is a 31 on a rock smash?
I can actually tell you that I have that move. I have a Pokemon, a fine type with that move.
Okay.
Okay,
It's always gonna.
Rocks, DB6, 2D6 plus 8 plus the attack. Sorry.
Okay. So, depending on the attack stat, 31 is probably, like, is that on the higher end, then?
It's not the fastest Pokemon, so it's probably on the lower end, like middle, I would say.
Yeah, you're looking at something that is more than likely more defensive than anything.
Okay. So she'll kind of, like, think about it, and then she'll say, You can take the X attack.
Okay, so I'm
Also,
up here. What's it done?
I'm gonna do something that doesn't matter because I realized for failings I missed this one stat point, but I'm gonna put in a stat I would never use so it doesn't affect the battle. You know what I mean?
Fair. Okay, B up its attack by 2 stages, and that's Ignis' turn.
It's another. Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's
3
just
plus.
because I did forget a single stat point, but I'm not gonna do it to affect the battle. I'm literally putting it in special attack. Right.
Because the only
That's fair.
situation, because the thing is, it's like we're doing X attack. So unless there's a good like, unless we have a physical move that gets used, that's a good one here.
Well,
Um.
Voxmax would be neutral against it if you want to copycat that or something.
Yeah.
What is that? So next up, I think is Dust Talks.
We don't
I
have
don't
any. We
remember
don't have
if
anybody here with
fire.
the Pokemaniac.
I don't remember if the fire spin damage happens at the beginning or end of the turn.
At the
What?
end.
Yeah.
Okay. Dustox kind of just looks at us ledge like that hurt. And that
Yes.
wasn't very nice.
Pay no attention to the thing that just cremated a pony.
And then just looks. You know what? Let's play this a bit differently. That's the trainer. You know what? Let's play this a bit differently with a smirk. Hey, does a 12
Yes.
hit?
Yes.
You see Dustox's wings fly up a powder,
Oh
and
no.
then you see purple bubbles start to appear around Ceruledge. Ceruledge is poisoned. Poison powder.
Basically, that just counteracts your leftovers, doesn't it?
Yep.
I think so, yeah.
That's not horrible.
Yeah, but still, it means you can't heal,
Yeah.
So
basically. And now it's Varys' turn.
you got this, Varys.
Alright. Because of that, you're being. Oh, did you take your ticket damage?
Yep, I did it on the sheet.
Alright. Alright. Because you did that, that I am gonna have him. Uh, let's go for an ember on the dust stalks.
No, oh wait, oh yeah, flag comes out. Okay, roll to hit.
Okay, does a 6 hit?
Yep.
I think we might have roasted moth here.
You know,
Depends how
roasted
much
insects
damage you
are a
do.
delicacy in some
22
places.
special fire damage to the dust stalks.
Dustox is still alive.
It must be barely alive.
Alright, so that's plus 5 with the leftovers, and then. So
-5 with
basically,
the poison.
yeah, so.
Okay.
And now
Um,
it's Loki's turn.
okay. I need a. I'm gonna put it here. I need an opinion. Do I use a super effective move that's a lower DB, or do I use a never miss move with a plus 3 higher DB, but it would be resisted?
I'd rather go for super effective.
I'd agree, just because of the multiplier.
Well, also the super effective one would be special attack, so it'd be less damage there is the thing. But you think by the multiplier it's still
How
be better?
much less?
Well,
16.
also then, well here's
16
It's
versus
I was
what?
22. No, it's 6 versus 22. It's a 16 difference.
Oh god.
Ooh.
So
oh
it's
yeah.
3d8 plus 10 plus
Go for the
22 resisted.
go for the physical move.
Okay, I'm gonna use false surrender. It cannot miss. I just roll for crit, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
4. That would have I'm happy I can't miss.
Roll your damage.
41 physical dark. I can only use this
Yeah.
every other turn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's now it's Chubby's turn. Chubby just looks at this thing again, like already like locked in. Surge does a 7 hit.
Hold on. I just realized, guys, my character never even had a chance to, because
Like they said various, but then you just went with Flare, so Don thought you swapped.
no, I wasn't going to do anything with Varus, so yeah, but yes, 7 does hit.
Damn, that would have
Oh,
been
I
a
clicked the
meets
wrong
it,
button.
beats it for me.
10 and add everything else.
You've got this, Flare.
That's 35 physical flying. Another pluck.
Okay, I'm gonna trigger that with Cursed Body, and so you can't use that anymore.
And you
Get
said
plucked, nerd.
35
so you said
physical flying, I believe.
Yeah, 35 physical flying. Like, it still goes through here, but then after now.
you just
You know what I mean?
basically just halved uh what uh Flair has at the moment.
Whenever it's back to my turn, I can heal Flare for you if you want.
That yeah, that'd be nice.
Obscura, take away the show.
Question about Flare. What are Flare's abilities?
It would still have Flash Fire.
Yes.
It still has flash fire. Good. I'm going to start to float ominously in this direction. But of course I cannot wind ominously because, 1, normal type, and 2, EOT move. But that's okay, because I think it's time for a flame burst.
Oh.
What's the flame burst range? I'm just curious.
It is a range of 6, has 1 target.
Okay.
However, any trainers or Pokemon cardinally adjacent to the target lose 5 hit points. But it's a fire type move doing it.
Oh, that.
Would
And
that
the thing is,
work?
I am using the errata for Flash Fire for.
Yeah, flash fire. You're immune to fire damage.
Yep.
And when you get it, +1 combat stage in attack or special attack.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, obviously, let's roll to hit first. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Go Obscura.
Yeah, how
think
about
you
a 9
hit.
to hit?
It hits.
And these are my d10s.
Oh
Ooh.
my.
Oh, baby. 53 points of special fire damage.
Obscura's a monster.
It
This thing is a
survives.
god.
It survives.
And Flash Fire, let's trigger here, because,
Do you
and
want to have a laugh?
I would love to.
is it
If
is
it
it 2
wasn't,
points?
no, if it wasn't for this Pokemon having defense, you would have killed it. Like special defense.
Okay, so it's mostly dead.
So just its
What
little
I mean by that is
tendrils bring
you
up little
basically
wisps of
it has
flame. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
it has 53 HP in total. I'm not even kidding. You
Oh,
landed
damn.
53 damage. It was literally the defenses that saved it.
So
It,
yeah, basically this thing is almost dead.
it sort of like floats over its little like tendril things at the bottom, doing up wisps of blue flame as it all kind of coalesces together to form in front of its eyes. It briefly locks eyes with the Trumbeak before it goes, "You too shall know the cleansing fire," and then just bursts out this flame, and it lives, but at what cost?
And now Ruby
Ruby's
gets
done.
to be mean. Jokingly.
Ruby is just like super happy go lucky and is like, "Yeah, you're doing it," and then re-ups her training as well.
It's Super Saiyan Spinder's turn. No, it's Failing's
No, it's
turn.
not. It's Phalanx.
I think you've got this. You might be mad at me instead.
Just trying to think what to do. I'm gonna roll a d2, okay?
Okay.
In fairness,
Do you want to call out what you number first? Like,
I'm doing it
what's
by
on the.
VC order. I'm sorry. I said I
Yeah, they
was doing
did
it
this
by VC
before.
order,
Yeah.
and
It
it rolled a
I'm
1.
happens.
sorry. There's still a chance you live.
Yeah. To be fair, I rolled it. To see who Phalanx attacks with the 2, right?
Mhm.
Wait.
This is first gonna be.
Okay, I'm gonna
I mean,
roll.
granted, if
Okay.
if that was
Oh
Well,
my!
it's a 1 to hit.
You live.
the one to hit. Oh, I'm
One to hit.
Yeah.
fine. Yeah. So as the
Spender.
Phalanx, was it a rock smash again?
Yeah.
Okay. So as the how does rock smash work? I guess like it.
If it's
Yeah.
15 plus
No,
on a
no, no. That's
roll,
not. I don't mean. I
It
don't mean.
smashes a rock against you, basically.
yeah.
Okay. So as this rock comes towards Spinda, at it's the same sort of attack that it it hit before, but because it hit before, it knew what to do. And as this rock comes flying at Spinda, Spinda on like one foot, like a practice ballet routine almost, spins away, spins perfectly out of the way, and it looks at the phalanx with almost a smile. As its evasion has just gone up by another one. Its evasion has just gone up.
Now it's a +4 Spender turn
It's a +4 spin at turn.
with a
Oh
psych attack
god.
move.
Well, you see, here's the thing. The psychic isn't. Here's the thing. The psychics, I can't do that. I don't get the +4. How would a normal type move be against this thing?
Would that also be resisted?
Neutral.
Would it
Neutral.
be is neutral? Okay, that's fine. I'll take the neutral. I'll take a neutral when I've got a +21 to physical.
Yeah. By the way, B, I rolled to see if I was gonna use the other trick I have up my sleeve. I got a no.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, so Spinda is going to so basically for the most part, so if I'm confused, unless I say otherwise, I'm doing the free action, I'm not rolling for confusion. I'm not gonna remember to make that comment every single time, so I'm just gonna say it now. If I forget to make the comment, I'm basically just saying unless I say otherwise, I'm choosing the free action option. I just will
Fair.
forget to say it.
Also, I'm an
Half the
idiot.
time.
I forgot that when I'm near Pokemon, I have +2 AC against them, so I still hit no matter what earlier. But yeah.
So I am going to tackle. Yeah.
Wait, if it
And
gets
we're
pushed,
gonna.
do I get an attack of opportunity, Dawn?
I don't think attack of opportunity would be in effect. It's like you're dealing with roar, but with actual damage.
Okay. So that's 2. So I need to roll to hit.
I just want to make sure I'm right about that.
I
What,
don't
what
know,
does
but I'm
roar
like,
do?
if it's being forced to move away, I don't think that counts. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. If it's a
It
forcement,
does
yeah,
not count.
Yeah,
New target
Yeah.
is
that's how it
pushed
works
to
in
move.
D&D as well, if it's forced movement or
Yeah.
teleportation.
That is a
That hits.
15 to hit. Okay. Make sure
So
you do
Neil,
all my
have you
damage this
seen
time.
Flare?
2d6
What
plus
the hell?
10 plus 21. That is 37 physical normal.
I will say
And it's
that won't
been
kill
pushed
fate
away
wings.
2 meters.
Yeah,
I
it's
will
2
say
meters.
that won't
Oh, I
kill
don't
it.
expect to. I don't expect to. But I'm like, I've got a 21 physical damage. I don't want to use my 10 in special where I'll get the psychic. So
Fair.
unless somebody uses a physical psychic
There you go.
move or another physical move that would be super effective against this thing.
Like the only move I have to affect is a special move as well. Also, it's Music's turn. Woo!
I'm guessing you're just gonna re-up the training.
Musa.
Oh yes. I forgot
That's
that I
my
got
turn.
after. Yeah, it's just up
Um,
training. Up. Yeah. Training.
Flair, take 20 health from a potion, and that's my turn. So
Alright, so Dust Talks.
dust talks.
I'm just thinking.
The thing is, so I think you start by rolling to escape the vortex, right?
Yes.
Oh, I keep forgetting to do that.
It
Did
should
it
be a.
escape the vortex?
Yeah, it would have been a 14 by this turn.
That, on the other hand, is gonna hurt whoever it's hurting.
It's a 19.
It could be something that crits on
Hey.
19.
It doesn't crit on a 19, but it definitely does something on a 19.
Oh no.
Oh no.
God. Can you not believe player, please?
Well, it is slowed, so I can't really move from there.
That's confused.
Ah. Oh, is
That
this
was
this is
confusion.
confusion? Oh, yay.
I didn't expect to roll a 19.
Oh wait, is that super
Hey.
effective since it's ghost type?
No.
No,
Psychic does normal damage.
Okay.
28. 28 special psychic, and Flash confused.
You want to know something? It'll only take half of that as damage.
Oh,
Because
because of how high
because
the defense.
Because it has 14 special defense.
Yeah. The problem is, like, you guys, I can guarantee, have basically won this battle, is the thing, because of one thing and one thing only.
Was it point target in one shot?
Yeah. Because, fun fact, 2 of these Pokemon don't have any moves that can touch ghost types. Or, actually, no, only one of these doesn't. And that one, but the second one got first bodied.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Don.
The one shot.
You know
That
this
was the only
happened.
move that could even hit Flare.
I'm sorry, Don. I sent hugs.
Alright, well, it's Vera's turn, and I'm going to use Inspired Training on Flare. And thing is, there's also one more thing you should know. I have a feature called Critical Moment, which basically any Pokemon that is affected by training, that training is tripled until the end of the next turn.
Okay, but you still got to roll to see if you can attack.
Well, is that an order or what is it? Because Don said no orders.
Well, your inspired
No,
training gives you.
Oh yeah, no, that is order. Yeah.
Hold on, your inspired training gives you a +2, I think, to save checks.
Yeah. +2 to save checks, +1 to evasion.
Yeah.
So wow. So when you are able to do that, you can give it basically a +3 to evasion for that round.
Yep.
Oh my.
That is a damn. Is that part of your class?
It's part of my class, yeah.
I
I've
love
completely
that.
forgot about it. The entire.
Oh, flip.
I take it. I hurt myself in confusion with the 5.
Yeah. That's your turn.
So I think that
Okay.
means what, you make a struggle attack on yourself?
Basically, yeah.
It would be like what? Take a damage then.
No, it's a struggle attack on yourself, I think. Let me read. I have it on here. Give me
I
a
think it's
second,
a take a
okay?
damage. To be honest.
Can I check?
Yeah.
I don't. Oh, okay. I wanted to check because I
That's
prefer.
fair. Wait, attack.
If I
I'm sure I
remember
have it on
correctly.
here.
Don, if you look in the reference, that's what it says from the latest one.
Oh, after the attack is resolved, the user loses hit points equal to half their attack stat if the move was physical, half their special stat if the move was special, or 2 ticks of hit points if it was a status move.
So basically, after they attack, they roll a D1 on a 1 that happens.
Yeah, on a D2.
Okay. Oh, that must be the errata then. I didn't even know about that errata. Okay.
What would you
Oh wait.
prefer?
If a
I
thing is, if
What?
it was, but since I was going to go for a special attack
Uh,
again, I was going to only take 6 points of damage.
let Don talk, please.
I just read. Save check at the beginning of turn. Unsaved. One day the target hits itself with a typeless physical struggle attack.
So yeah,
You
so it
can't take
wouldn't have been
anything.
a tick. So which one do you
It's
prefer, Don?
just I'm just trying to think. I'm sorry.
No way, take your time. It's everything's
I
okay,
haven't
Don.
even. I've never seen this errata.
Because you didn't know about that one. That's fine. That's what.
Yeah,
Like,
I
take your
never saw
time.
it either.
Oh, we can use the errata.
Okay. So that's what you want to do, Don?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Okay. So
So
Flare can go ahead and make its attack, and then you roll a D2 afterwards.
So I guess you use that 5 for the attack. You did roll D20.
But you
I'm
can
not
still
sure.
have that 5 be the save because you still do have to do a save roll at the
actually,
end.
technically, it would be a 7 with save check bonus as well.
So,
Yeah, but that doesn't save even with the errata if we say that was the end save check, because that's what that dice was meant for, is what I'm saying.
so I would say roll for attack, and then do the other thing afterwards. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah,
So the save has been done.
Well,
That's out of the way.
yeah,
we just did it before.
I was going to go for an amber, but
So,
Go for the
so
Ember.
yeah, use Ember.
three.
It hits. I just want to check something research-wise. You
That's
can
fine.
continue. I'm trying to figure out if the vortex in Fiery Spin counts as a secondary effect of Fiery Spin.
It would be a secondary effect because it's something that
Then,
happens after the move.
sorry, give me a second.
Like that's how
There's
I
a
see it. What
slight.
about you
There's a
guys?
slight. Would you guys think is the vortex of Fire Spin considered a secondary effect?
I
Yeah.
would say yes because it's not the main attack.
I want your guys' opinions.
I would agree on that.
Okay. I do have to make a slight change. Dustbox has a bit more health. And you know what? Can I do this little roleplay moment that would have happened a bit earlier in the battle if I'd remembered this? Okay, real quick.
Sure.
Sure.
Dustbox sees the fire spin and just does a little smirk and just beats its wings as to block the vortex. Puts a shield of dust around it. Shield's dust.
Oh,
Dustbox
nice.
stability can't be affected by secondary parts and moves.
Yeah, that would definitely be a secondary part of it because the main
100%.
part
Yeah.
would just be doing damage.
So I basically, because I forgot to take off the 5 last turn, I just added the 5 back that I had taken off. Okay,
That's okay.
that's all
You're
I
still
did.
gonna get lit on fire from this thing, so.
Yes.
Yeah, but I more just wanted to, you know what I mean?
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good roll.
Yep.
That's not
31
surprised though.
special fire damage.
Now you roll a d2, and if it's a 1, you take half of that?
No, you take
Or
half
let me
your
read it.
special attack stat.
Yes.
You did 30 damage, I'll be honest. The dust loss is that. It was on 30.
It's a 1.
So you take half of your special attack stat. That's damage. Which I think is 6, because you had that plus 12 on
Yep.
that hand.
Yep.
How's Flair looking?
25 points of health.
Let's go, baby.
Okay. I need opinions. Do I go for the trumping or the fouling? Do you guys think? I could go for I'll roll D2. Make it more fair for Dawn.
Please help my Spinda, who's currently
Yeah.
facing a thing that has super
Okay.
effective moves against
I
it.
can help there, I guess. I'll
Obscura can help Flare.
Okay, I'm just also going to mention this battle is truly over. There is 2 Pokemon I can't hit. Just so you know.
yeah. Fair.
Yeah.
This is more like a exhibition match.
Yes. We're finishing the rest, but I'm just telling you, you guys have won. I think struggle attacks still hit most. You know what I mean? That's the one exception. So I
Yes,
can
struggle
still
will
hit,
always hit.
Struggle
but
to
only with struggle. You know what I mean?
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
2 opinions. 2d8 plus 10 plus 22 resisted, or 2d6 plus 10 plus 6 super effective.
I honestly think
I
think we should try hitting it on the special side because we haven't tried that yet.
Okay, I can try that.
Yeah.
It'll just be a flat d20 since I have Frizz, which makes it so plus 2 to actually bonus.
Oh heck yeah!
Alright, I'm just clarifying it. I'm not upset. I'm just more informing you of the fact in case people had deadlines or they needed to go. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That we
I'm
could
assuming
wrap this up if needed, basically.
I'm assuming a 10 hits Dawn.
Yeah. You know what? Screw
Oh.
it.
23 special.
Not anymore.
Wait, that's it. Okay.
Protect.
Protect. Does that do anything to its move or anything, or no?
It's not hit.
It-
Basically, no damage or any move effects.
But
Yeah.
it
But
doesn't.
it isn't
a turn.
interrupted. It takes Phalanx's turn, basically. I wanted to use it at least once. You know what I mean?
That's fine. Go on ahead.
Fair.
I
Like, it
used,
would've
I
been the
used
same-
it last night after I got targeted by fucking Zamorak.
Like I'll tell you what it would
What
have
is
been. Dawn.
Zamorak?
Let's just say it's a mechanical fusion of the 3 legendary birds of Kanto.
I will say, either way, Phalanx would have survived that, though, even if I hadn't called Protect.
It would have been 23 super effective special, so yeah, I probably would have survived.
Yeah, but Phalanx is bulkier.
So it's Trumpic's turn with the Trumpic without Peck. Or Plug,
Plug.
sorry. I'm curious, Dawn, since you said it's pretty much all, what ability does Trumpic have?
I rolled pickup!
Oh.
You could have rolled the pickup table for a held item if you got land on it.
I didn't think of that.
Do it now if you want. Roll D20.
Just to see if Trumpet gets something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that or a
Trumpet's
healing item the
screwing me.
trainer could use. What is an 8?
I got an 8, which is
Um,
on my modified table,
yeah.
Alright.
which is a berry. So you know what? Screw it. It was an Oran berry. Trumpet ate it and gained 10 hit points. Okay?
Okay.
It's not much, but it was an Oran berry.
So,
Because I'm sorry. Oh, actually, it's only 5 hit points. You know what's?
say it was a citrus
Even
berry.
worse. But the thing is, I rolled pickup. The other ability was keen eye.
Dawn, say it was a citrus berry and Hill 15. Why don't you could?
No, I'm not gonna be that mean.
Okay.
I just
That's right.
struggle. Literally, here's the thing. I can't move away from Flair without using an attack of opportunity. Neo is the thing.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of just stuck. Yeah, Flair's getting attacked.
Since the battle's over, can I look up Trumping and see what moves it has at this level?
Yeah, sure. It's level 16. Also, there's an 18 hit. Well, no, it's a 14 hit.
Force.
I still like to ask, okay?
Yeah, it could have had Rock Smash, but that wouldn't affect a ghost type.
That is 22 technically typeless. It's struggle. Physical.
Is it physical or?
Physical in struggle. Oh, wait, I could have pulled this off. I'm an idiot. No, it isn't. I'm sorry.
You have the
What I
capability
think
for
I have
gusto.
Gusta. It's flying. It stays same DB, but my struggle's a flying attack. So it's 22 physical flying. Like, sorry.
22 physical
Yeah.
flying?
Yes, 22 physical flying.
You
I
would.
thought I had Gusta.
Flair is still alive.
It must be close.
13
Is
points.
yeah, super close. So what happened? They might unplug the headset.
Good, Don?
Don,
Don?
if you're talking, oh no,
I don't think they could have heard that moment.
Don.
I think they did their headset thing again.
It seems like it still is. Oh, is the channel
Oh,
missing?
no.
Yep, they popped
We
out,
might
and then they popped
channels.
back in.
Ooh, I saw you light up, Don.
Ah,
Yay!
Ah!
Head pats for the snack.
it's barely picking me up half the time. I
I'm
don't know.
sorry.
Was I talking too quiet? Is it working now? I don't think
It's
so.
working fine.
Ah, we hear you.
Okay,
we
that's
hear
fine.
you.
Okay, yeah. Okay, it works.
So you
Right.
almost have it dead 13 health.
Yeah, it's no problem. That's the only thing that can hit it, and the most likely Trumping's dead.
It's Obscure's turn. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's time for
I
the
assume you're gonna go
cleansing
for-
fire.
Oh, you're going for the flame burst again, aren't you?
Oh yeah, it's at will.
So I'll go ahead and do this ahead of time.
You go ahead and just boost your stats, and well,
Okay.
you can only boost your stats if I hit. So
Yeah.
Can I make a deal with you, Don? I say you can fail it and use an attack against Loki?
my G, I just cremated this. Yo, anybody want roasted bird?
It's a nat 20.
Yeah.
It's not great. I can't. Like, this guy has 15 health.
Yeah, it's dead no matter what.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll this in the bot, even though I know that like, the stream can't see it. Sorry, y'all. I'm not pulling out 2 more dice. That
Let's
is
see.
70
Holy
points
crap!
of special fire damage.
I think that would have one shot it for 4 health.
As
Wait, no.
it is
Yeah.
a towering
wouldn't.
inferno just starts at the base and rises up like a column, and the trainer on the opposite side just looks through the fire and sees the glowing eyes of Lampant. It is
Yeah, that
pleased
would have
with what
one
it has
shot from
done.
full health. That would have one shot from full health.
Oh god.
This thing
Wait,
is
so
a
Don,
monster. This thing is actually a demon.
If you want, Don, feel free to use a move from Phalanx against Loki.
No, Faye doesn't get a turn.
That's what I'm saying. If you want to, you can. I don't mind. In case you want to show off Phalanx some.
There's not much else I can do. I've shown off all but one of Phalanx's attacking moves. Unless you can't tackle, I'm not counting tackle.
I'm just giving you the option if you want it, Don.
I could technically use the one thing on it. It's Ruby's turn though.
I think we know what Ruby's doing, though. Right, man?
Oh, is it on my turn?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just re-upping.
Yeah, this is actually Phalanx's strongest move. In fact, Block Smash is not its strongest.
Oh.
Does an 8 hit?
Yes.
Okay. I need... I'm borrowing your dice, man.
That's fair.
I just borrow whoever's closest.
That's fine.
Seriously.
Bruh.
I rolled Snake Eyes.
Snack eyes.
Oh god.
What did you just do?
27 physical normal headbutts.
Okay, 27 physical normal. That did 22 damage to me. That did, so I'm down to 50.
I would assume on a 15 plus it would have flinched.
Yep.
Okay. That did a quarter of my health down in one hit.
Yeah, I rolled snake eyes. I rolled the worst roll I could have.
Like you could have Loki is not physically bulky.
Yeah, okay,
So
it's Spinder's turn.
spin everyone.
Spinda's turn. Okay, well, so Spinda's at ranged. I'll say, I might do the. I don't want to keep pushing it away from you though.
You could copycat headbutt, I guess.
I could
That's
wait.
true.
Oh,
You get stab off
Oh,
that.
oh, oh.
But
hold
Yeah.
this
on,
battlefield
wait.
is over. I'm just trying to get people to have fun.
No, yeah, no. I've been trying to remember all of. Oh my, yeah. Okay, so it's gonna watch this, caterpillar headbutt its, little, its blue friend, and then Spinda's gonna kind of look at the phalanx. You know how like when basically whenever it copycats, I always have like its eyes glows a moment. Like it's not like it just suddenly has to move. There's something happening. So it looks at it looks from the phalanx to looks for more it looks at the phalanx. And its eyes glow a little bit like a gray kind of color, and then it's gonna kind of lean its head down and run at the phalanx. This is because it's gonna run at the phalanx. And it's gonna headbutt. 1d20 minus 2. That is a 3.
Yeah, that actually, let me look 1 sec. Like,
That is a 3. Physical.
meets it, beats it.
Beats it, beats
Oh
it. Yay,
God.
okay. Because, so for a headbutt is a DB9.
Yup.
It's DB7 on Phalanx, DB9 on Spinder,
Oh
because
Yeah,
my.
DB9 because of stab. So it's 2d10 plus 10 plus 21.
Because it's
And
currently
I rolled
plus
terrible
4
too.
in combat in stats.
Well, so the 21 is with my, because that's it's the +4 in combat
Physical
stage.
attack.
So my
Yeah.
normal attack is a 12. So it's a 20, but it's a 21. So that is a 35 physical normal. I rolled really bad. I rolled a 1 and a 3.
it does kill, funny enough.
It does.
Because it does 20 damage in total, and Phalanx had 14 health. For
Ah.
context, Phalanx had both a physical and special defense of 15.
Oh
Ah.
my.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's a
think
defensive little bitch.
like you honestly got unlucky this game, Don. Like, the Pokemon one shot. Now the Pokemon would have been one shot if it happened earlier. Like that was just unlucky.
And it was also the mix of just getting cursed. I get that was strategy. I'm not mad at anyone. Getting
Yeah.
cursed
Hmm.
bodied, making the Pokemon be basically, except with struggle, not able to hit two of the Pokemon,
They couldn't
and
have
just
known like that
my
was the only
Phalanx.
one.
Yeah, I'm not upset. I'm more explaining the way that battle went on why I just knew it was over very quickly. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I would say like this. Like you've just randomly picked Pokemon. I would say in the future do that again, but get at least two Pokemon that can hit everything that we have, or that can hit like a variety of our teams since you went to our team. You know.
Here's the thing. Both I had three Pokemon that had a move that at least one move that could hit all of you. Phalanx was the only one that couldn't. Celestia got one shot. I tried with Dustox, right?
Yeah.
And Curse Body got
Oh,
Trumbeat.
oh, I just look at Phalanx. It has dizzy eyes on the one that's facing up.
But yeah, I'm more just explaining like how like the side of that was just
It was unlucky on your part, unfortunately.
Hmm.
yeah.
Like I
Like
didn't.
obviously this trainer who like thing, obviously like the going after Spinda was the okay, I studied at this school and about type advantages, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go against your normal type with my fighting type, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
I'm gonna kind of approach the
It would not have expected the normal type to freaking tank that move like it was me.
I'm gonna approach the like egotistical kid, and I'm just kind of arms crossed, and to be like, "Look, buddy, I could make fun of you until the end of time. You're actually a pretty good trainer. best in the school.
What?
I think you might want to check your ego at the door, but you're pretty good.
You don't even go to this school.
Well, that just tells you that if you are the best at this school, you gotta get better.
Just like, you don't even go here.
Just like as
Annabelle's
Lampent, this thing that
like-
just currently like cremated 2 of your friends is just floating beside me, and I'm just like, how about this? We're gonna be on a bit of a journey, and you're gonna be obviously getting better and better here. When we come back, I want to do this again.
Interesting.
And then the girl who had the pony was like, I was on a field trip. I might not be able to join the battle next time.
Ooh, no, that sucks.
Hey,
Can I get your number? Because I feel like we need to chat.
What's up,
You
Annabelle?
might come.
I can arrange something. You know who's still there.
Wait, did I tell you? Wait, Stoppy, did you check the DM of where this girl's from?
Yeah. Hey, I
What?
can arrange
Yeah.
something for you guys when you guys come to my area.
It's like, oh, that's not far. It's only a few towns over. The girl's like, yeah, because
Also, I'm friends with your gym leader girl.
yeah. Our character, Stom, Celestia, and Trixie are technically siblings in Pokemon existence. Fun fact.
Yes.
Interesting.
I love that.
I love
This
that.
girl is from Dia's Town. This
Also-
girl's from Dia's Town.
What's the special attack stat of that Lampent med?
The special attack stat of Lampent is... Sorry, one moment, please. Your call is important to us. 25.
Ah.
You know
Dang.
what? I'm having my fun. There. I've had my fun.
This thing can't
You
get
just killed
hit
the
to
Lampent.
save its life. It's got 6s in both defenses.
Like, my Morgram is... It's just similar. It has 22.
I see no Morgrim on the board.
What did you just do to my Morgram? Morgram was being nice.
I see no
I
Morgrim.
love why Annabelle's like, hey, I can arrange something, you know.
Where did you kidnap my Morgram to, Dawn?
It's over
I
here.
didn't kidnap your Morgrim. I also did not see a Spinder or a Lampin. Oh, wait, did you?
Or did you
Haha,
flip
get
them?
wrecked. I'm over here.
Yeah. No, I flipped it, see? Yeah, and I also don't see a Spinder. There's no Spinder. Spinder's not real. Spinder can't hurt you.
Also, guys,
What's up?
I'll let you guys know if I hear anything, but it'll be okay. Thank you for letting the Guardians know about the power plant.
Of course.
No problem.
Mm-hmm.
Also, any chance you guys keep an eye on my kids while I go meet with others?
Of course.
Who is the mounted...
Wait,
the
so
one who
Jose
does
have-
mounted combatant stuff?
Huh?
I'm
What's up?
asking out of character. Who's the one that does, like, mounted...
Me.
That is igneous.
That's it.
Yep, I'm rider class.
Ruby is just gonna kind of, she's like congratulating Lampent and then like returns it to its ball. And then she'll go ahead and approach her friends with her phone out. And she's gonna be like, so, I got kind of a little inspired, shall we say, from all of the people that we've met. And I think we need a group chat.
Ooh, of course.
So
That
you guys
sounds like
are
a good
all
idea.
you guys are all going to get pinged by Ruby starting a group chat. And you're going to see on her phone that each of you have nicknames.
Okay.
So I have Varys as Portal Buddy. Or, sorry, Portal Pal.
Portal Pal, I love it.
What about? I like that too.
I have Igneous as Knight Rider.
Very nice.
Oh, that's nice.
And I
Okay.
have Musa as Dancing Queen.
Okay, I love that.
And then she has not given a nickname for herself because that's not kind of how nicknames work.
I already gave Ruby a nickname in my head.
I'm curious.
Oh God, what
I
is
went
it?
Crystal Gem as in like Ruby from the Crystal Gem Steven Universe joke.
You haven't even seen Steven Universe
I
Dawn.
haven't. I can still make a Crystal Gems
No,
joke.
no, 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 no. Red rum.
As a
Red
murder.
rum, because of the red hair and the fact that her fucking
Amen.
Pokemon murder.
Amen.
Yes.
What's up?
Amen. Look at my name.
Uh,
Oh my
Dawn,
God, yes, I love it.
Dawn, can you add Steven Universe to the watch party list?
And
Okay,
I
doing it.
imagine there may be questions at some point. For Strain's reference, I will say I have changed my name in this server to be Dancing Queen.
I'll do the same. I've just been weeping for a while.
I figured it'd be funny.
Wait, do I need to become an arsonist then?
It
Egghead.
You
Edit
guys
her
don't have to
server
do this.
profile.
I just thought it'd be funny. Okay.
Oh, I can't do
I'm
it at the
making
moment
a
because I'm
joke.
streaming. But yeah, I think it's adorable.
Yeah, there's that group chat nicknames. So yeah, all of them do have group chat nicknames. I just haven't thought of all of them.
Also, hi Mace.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
You
Yeah.
just finished cooking
I still have a
pancakes.
nickname over in B
Fuck
server
yeah,
for
making
Dragon.
pancakes,
I never
making
changed
bacon
it back.
Oh
pancakes.
yeah, yeah. He just has fun doing that.
And thus the group chat was born.
I'm curious about what biomes are near this town for us to do for our solo sessions / probably group session. You know how
Actually,
it goes.
I'm just gonna I'm sending I'm sending you this. I changed I made someone's group chat name in the campaign. In the most nicest way. If I say that's Eliza,
Who's the wait? Can I?
Yeah.
Well, what's Eliza's name?
it's just you know the meme of nerd, that meme? It's just
Ah,
that. Because Dia's egghead. So
Oh my
I
gosh.
think that I think I know exactly what I'm gonna be looking for because I do have a flying type on my wish list. I won't say what it is.
I can look.
Interesting.
I have
I can
But
see it.
Same.
I do have a flying type on my wish list. Although Dawn can also just pull out other Pokemon that are not on the wish list that I'm super okay with you doing.
I'm
Yeah,
the
I do it all
same.
the time.
okay, so yeah, what are the catching like
I was
locations?
assuming one might be like the medieval part right outside the medieval castle. So like ancient Pokemon maybe / medieval. I cannot
Possible.
talk. We know the dense forest and the rocky area.
Like, yeah, those are the main two areas unless you head up north to the plains.
I'm
Okay.
trying to think. What types do I need?
So what would be fun? What are the type? I mean, obviously this is not for tonight, but like this would be whenever we do our catching session.
The rocky
But what
area,
kind of?
a lot of like rock, steel type, ground type. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably gonna stay away from there because I have a bunch of stuff like that. I would say.
The dense area, bug types, more grass types, right? Maybe even the odd fairy type, normal type, right?
Dang, I have a bunch of type coverage. I need to decide. I'm probably going to put planes. I'm assuming that's going to be maybe flying types, normal types, maybe the random ground type or something.
You know, there's a pond in the plains because you've been there.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't mind looking for a water Pokemon. Like you don't have to give me a water Pokemon. It's just I'm looking for basically types I don't have, and I don't mind getting double up types.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying not to influence you, Don. Like I'm fine with pretty much anything, and our roles will determine it.
Yes.
There is actually I'm torn. Do I want to? There are a couple grass types I wouldn't mind getting if I go to the forest, but there's also plains.
Just make sure that I'm next to you when you're trying to catch your Pokemon.
Yes, actually, since we're both on the session, I might buy a couple Pokeballs from you just in case. They're what, 150 or are they 100?
They are 100 for the normals, 175 for the greats.
I think I'll pay for the grades. I'll buy. Let me think.
So
Actually,
hi
I was thinking.
person in chat. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's
Uh,
Mace.
I was,
Mace is awesome.
Hi
Hi,
Mace.
man.
hey,
I'm gonna
Matt,
spend
Yeah.
700 for 4 grades.
buying 5 of those greats.
Yeah, I'm buying
I'm gonna go ahead and
4.
keep my money because A, Dawn has not figured out what this Pokemart sells that's special yet. And B, I may be interested in buying TMs when they become available.
Thing is, I still have a grand after buying those 4. I have exactly a grand, but still. Better safe than sorry.
I'm just gonna look at the Megadex and the item. I'm not giving you. This is not a campaign where you will get physical weapons. I'm just gonna be honest
Yeah.
though.
So
Like,
we're not graduating
Fair.
with a sword, is what you're saying.
no.
Well,
The
damn.
sword is more cool flavor and stuff. Like, yes, combat exists, but it's not one stuff that happens often, right? This town is kind, and that one E4 member is kind of the exception.
Fair. Also,
Can
I'm
we get a
assuming
sword if we promise not to stab a Pokemon?
you could always get a Hone Edge for an
You can always get
Alendra.
a Hone Edge.
That's
Thing
true.
is, I have that on my list.
I think I do also. I don't know. So I'm assuming, but sometime before next session is when we'll find out the contest rewards.
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't have them for this session.
It's
Just
fine, Dawn. It's
Okay.
fine.
Dawn, you have so
Okay.
much stuff on your plate. It's okay.
I was just asking a general question. I don't mind.
yeah, that's why I'm just saying like.
You are an awesome human being, and we will take nothing less for an answer.
Saying is, I do need to
Uh,
eventually find an Osen, like a decent sized Osen, because I have some Pokemon that only would spawn in an Osen on my wish list.
Dawn
I
is
think that's
very
your
awesome.
no.
I can
Dawn
tell you
is very awesome,
two
though.
Pokemon Dawn, but I wouldn't also my others. I have Lapras and Mantine on my wish list.
Oh, you
Also,
have
quick
seen someone
watch.
with a Mantine.
True.
Mantine, sorry.
Question for Neo and um Neo and Med.
Yeah.
Did Kraven get a Lapras?
Huh?
No,
What
the
was it again?
Lapras was owned by someone.
Yeah, no, it was owned by the. Yeah, we don't know who it was owned by. We just assume it was owned by the trainer, the world champion.
Yeah, I think Dawn knows why I had to ask. Because Kraven was not the only one who was interested in Lapras during the PTU.
Lapras
No,
is
we
great.
we we had our own person interested in Lapras.
Hi.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and deafen just so I can sort of sign off the stream.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Also,
And deafen I did. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode of PTU. This will obviously, in a week from now, be going up on the Campfire Stories RPG YouTube channel, where I have just posted part 1 of episode 5. It was a very long session, so it's going to be uploaded in 2 parts, but both parts are going to get uploaded today, so don't worry about that. Everything is Gucci Mane. And of course, we will return with Defendus Academy next week on Sunday. Again, apologies I was not able to do it this time, but sickness screwed me over hella hard. But yeah, next time we're going to be returning to the halls of Defendus Academy, where the contrast connection has made its presence known in the grand halls during the gathering of influence. What will happen then? You'll have to show up to find out. You can hit that follow button, be notified about when we go live. If you're watching this on YouTube, head over to the Twitch stream of the exact same name, Campfire Stories RPG. Hit that follow button. We're trying to make it to 50 so that we can get to affiliate. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you